Welcome in to another episode of our Sistas Keeper, the Tyler Perry Sisters unofficial live after show with your good sis you love to talk TV with, and
Your girl Allie Nick giving it to you when I give it to you, but always in the nick of time. Episode 6. You know, it was I had a lot of mixed emotions with this particular episode. It was very light in some ways. Some things it was a little like, oh, I want to bust through the TV and hit this old white man right quick. It gave that. Um It definitely gave that. It gave me some justice. Oh, they say you're muted, Erica.
oh shit, no, I was. I ain't say nothing y'all ain't heard me say before yet. Allie just
Oh,
getting to what she
God.
getting to.
We good. We good. Erica's basically asking how I was feeling about
My
episode
bad.
6, and
Yes.
let us know if we good with the volume, with the sound, and everything. So basically, okay, y'all can hear me. So y'all heard me when I said I want to hit the little white man with the little 1 2 1 2. Um, I got some I feel like I was vindicated a little bit
Mm.
because y'all been coming for me and my good sis Erica with this whole Karen is only acting this way because she lost Zach baby. This episode proved my good sis ain't thinking about Zach. She didn't mention Zach's name. She came out of her room. Yes, she's still dealing with postpartum depression and grief, but she came out. We thought she was in a daze, but baby girl was pulling out pots and she wanted to be of service, of help, because I know you're doing a lot. And I just want to cook dinner, even though now all of a sudden Karen can't cook. But I'm gonna
It's
let
the,
that go for right now.
at
But
this point, Allie, we
I'm
got we
going
got
to
some things to
say
unpack because I don't even know where they pulled some
we
of this
do.
from.
Me neither. Me neither. Cause I'm thinking, did we forget season 1 when she invited Aaron over and she cooked for him because she didn't want to go out because his crazy ex-wife was on the loose? Made a whole meal. When Karen the stuff that they was doing in this episode pissed me off. When Aaron answered that phone for Pam and he was like, call back tomorrow. She done rubbed off on him. Kiss my ass. We're not gonna do that. I said, even while this woman is going through, y'all taking shots. Really? Okay.
Literally,
Okay.
literally.
Mhm.
Thank y'all so much, Jamira.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Ellie do look good. That new fresh retwist, honey.
Baby, y'all
Listen.
see these? Baby, I'm locked up, girl. Locked up. Going on. I think on 5 years. June made 5 years. I've been living this locked
Yes.
life. You feel me? Had to get a little. I was going through some things, y'all. I didn't get a retwist for 9 months. My hair was looking trashy. I was dealing with some personal things, but I must say God is good, and I'm back to myself now.
All
So
the
yeah,
time, God is
it's showing.
good.
You feel me? You feel me?
Because,
Mm.
baby, life has definitely been lifing in this last year. Lord, Lord. But we coming about.
Uh,
We
we coming
coming
about.
about.
Yes, we are. Yes, we
Y'all drop
are.
your ratings for the episode in the comment section down below. I was thinking like, damn, this might be a short live, but when you get down to the specifics, Allie, there are certain things that we're gonna have to spend some time on, such as Karen not being able to cook all of a sudden. It's a bunch of things. So I love that you actually mentioned that. I'm feeling good, but also triggered. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I'm
Mhm.
late tonight, or we're late tonight, because I was recording my breakdown before we got on this live and it ran over because all of a sudden I clicked out and then I got to going off. So, yeah. And just as a preface for this, because what I'm seeing this season, unfortunately, is a lot of very borderline disgusting, but basically inappropriate comments and insensitive conversations being had in the comment section. And I'm going to try my best to give y'all the heads up, right? I'm going to try to warn you as best I can because Erica's from Northeast Baltimore City and she coming up out. The Lord is still working on her. And I have been refraining from engaging because I will make it my mission to be somebody's 13th reason, and I'm not trying to do that, right? But some of the stuff that y'all have been So I'm gonna go ahead and give you this additional context for me. Andi's storyline specifically is tapping on what I believe is a trigger that is forming in me, because I have lost quite a bit of people, souls this year. One of which was a first cousin that I grew up with. We lived in the same, early on in our lives, we lived in the same house. We all lived with my grandmother. It was my grandmother and all her kids and her kids' kids. And I just found out last month, she passed in February. I just found out last month that was, her passing was actually due to medical malpractice. So watching Andi in this episode was a lot. And I'm telling you this not to trauma dump on you guys. I'm telling you this because sometimes y'all really need to be mindful that, yes, we are watching the show, and people love to get in the comment section. Did you forget that it's a show? Did you know that it's a show? Yes, ho, I know it's a show, but it's a show that's supposed to be mirroring real life. And for some people, it hits different. Andi having to go to bat for all of the black and brown women that have either lost their lives, lost their child, or both, behind a racist ass doctor who didn't do what he was supposed to do, couldn't do his damn job to save his life, hits different. Because I recently lost a cousin who was supposed to be okay and getting checked out of the hospital the very next day, after the day that she lost her life behind being overdosed due to medical negligence. That's a very real thing for me. And I'm saying that, one, so that you can know when engaging in conversation with me and having that context, but also for people to try to reposition what you actually want to engage with and how you want to talk to people, period. Because there's so many people that have these insensitive, stupid ass takes behind Karen. And do y'all know how many people that are in our comment section that have lost babies? Do you know how many people that are in our comment section had to recover from almost losing their own lives? And the way that some of y'all are talking, like, I know that I get unhinged and I know that I'm good for a damn rant, but I don't think I've ever been purposefully malicious, purposefully disrespectful, and purposefully insensitive to the human experience that is actually playing out, whether it is fictional for the show or in real life for some of you. And I, again, am giving y'all all that context because I would like for my channel, and I know Allie will feel the same, for her channel to be safe spaces for us to unpack all of this, to talk about how we feel, but to do so with respect, to do so with sensitivity, to do so with a certain level of understanding and honor and common decency. We ain't like the other girls, okay? We have elevated conversations over here. We connect human to human. We're not just throwing up videos and saying the most outrageous things so that we can get the most clicks and the most rage bait or whatever. We're actually connecting over the topic that's happening on the show for the purpose of us being humans and, like, connecting on that. Not on no bullshit. So, like, I need the people who come and comment here, who come and engage here, to be on that wavelength. And if you're not, baby, raise your tide. Because I don't want to have to take it here with you, but I will come and take it here with you because I'm seeing a lot of things. And I'm already not, Erica's not back fully. Like, I'm back physically, but I'm not back fully. So if I come at you crazy and tell you some it's probably because you crossed the line. Now, I didn't know that I was going to do that whole PSA, Allie. I'm sorry.
We need it. It applies to me too. Because we get it. Because right now, 98% of the online fandom, they sound like a broken record. Mm-hmm. You get the Karen so in love with Zach. She just wants Zach. She was trying to control Zach with this baby. She wouldn't act this way if she lost Aaron, baby. She don't. And I'm just like, we're definitely not watching the same show. You guys have created a narrative, or you listen to a specific reviewer whose sole purpose is to just drag Karen to hell. And it's like roaches. You take the bait, then y'all go and spread it out. And it doesn't even make sense. I had someone in my comment section, and she was like, you don't never hold Karen accountable. I said, what has Karen done in the last 2.5 seasons, even last 5 episodes, I need to hold her accountable for? Well, in season 3, I'm not going back to season 3, because if you want me to go back to season 3, baby, I will rag on Zach and Fatima.
Hello?
So we don't want to do that. We're sticking to what's happening now. What's happening now, right now. You don't want me to do that. You don't want me because I will expose. Why the hell Fatima with Zach? Do I need to go to Zatima? Because I bring that up too. What is Karen
Y'all
doing
don't
now? And
want
I
us to
think the
go in the
reality is,
crates. You really don't want us to go
please
in the
don't.
crates.
Baby, you don't want me to go in the crate. In this mental crate with sisters and Zatima, even though I don't review Zatima, baby, I don't forget Jack. Memory like an elephant, baby. What? Don't forget nothing. So we're not gonna do that. So I'm like, what's happening now? And because there's nothing happening now, the next best thing to do is to demonize Karen for not caring for a child that has been released from the hospital 3 hours ago. We are in the same day. Calm down. It's fine. It's
and
fine.
and
But yeah,
we going
it
and we're gonna
applies to
get
me
into
too.
that. We're gonna get into the whole postpartumness of it all because there's so many things compounded for Karen, the same way that there are things that's compounded for Zach, right? And it takes him reminding, honestly, me, because it's not just he lost his baby, but he lost the baby the same night that he had to survive uh uh being held at gunpoint and saving Andi's damn life. He is also struggling with the custody hearing that's pending for Michael. Like there's a bunch of different things that are compounding, and the way that people just, when it comes to Karen, it's just like, oh, it doesn't matter. None of those things actually matter. Like, no, they matter. Real quick, let me go into the ratings before we get into the specifics of the episode. Y'all are seeing this episode. Janelle, hey boo, gave it a 6.5. Keita says Danny can't even keep and buy food. Exactly, that's her mo. What she talking about Karen. Naya said gave it a 4. Ahmad gave it a 7.4. Kelly Hester Jones, hey boo, gave it an 8. Autumn gave it a 7. Tam B gave it an 8. Brandon, hey honey, gave it a 7. Hey Mimi loves peace, gave it a 5. Y'all rating it kind of high. Keena says it's a 7.2. Gemini says it's a 5. Hey A Noel said very middle of the road for me, a 5.5. Maddie Hart says episode is a -10 because man, please, it's been half an afternoon and evening of time. Just off of the time tracking alone, you like it's in the negatives. I ain't mad at you. Demetria gave it a 2. Jamira gave it a 6. I actually like Andi acting like a lawyer finally, and Karen coming out the room. Still going through it, but it's definitely a start. Yes, it's definitely a start. Shell, you gave it a 7. And thank you for the super chat earlier, Shell. I appreciate it. Thank you also for being a member. Okay, I think that's all the ratings. Davey gave it a 1.4. NW gave it a 4. Hey, Jess Danielle. Welcome in, boo. Allie, you were not frozen, but your screen shifted, but now you back, so I can bring you back on screen.
Okay. Thank you. I'm forgetting, girl. This girl.
No worries. Janelle says Karen is my favorite character. I want to see more of Karen and less of the other child. The only problem with us getting more of Karen is that we just gonna get more of her struggle and strife. And I'm like, I would rather not see it if I gotta see that. Where are we gonna start, Ellie? Because we didn't already jumped into a few things, but
we did.
I done gave a damn disclaimer or warning. And I'm hoping people heed it, even though they don't. I hear Ellie, you said that they mad over there on the Twitters.
Baby, we and Erica I told Erica we done piss people off on Twitter because I know a lot of them, may watch our lives, which is fine. Everyone is welcome to watch. So what begins to happen is they watch it in its entirety, or they may do on the replay, and then they go and make tweets based on the things that we have said, which is fine because they don't tag us in them or anything. But people screenshot, send me stuff. That's fine. But we had people in the hissy fit because we were talking about Fatima being a paralegal and she parades around the office as if she's a lawyer, doing things that she is not in a position to do. And we saw the same thing happen this episode, and we saw a preview of what's to come on the end credits preview for the way that Andi responded to her. So somebody was like, well, I studied to be a paralegal. That tells me everything I need to know if you thought what Fatima was doing was right. And my number one question was, okay, would you allow, would LeBron James, Steph Curry, anybody else in the pros, Shador Sanders, would they allow a paralegal to look over their contract? I think the hell not.
As
Prove
the
my case.
only resource, the only legal resource. I
Yeah.
was I was
I
halfway on
said,
board with it because I'm like, okay, she's gonna have to read it regardless as Andy's paralegal slash law secretary, but that means you still have to hand it over to Andi. She is circumventing. She is literally in this episode or in the preview. We're seeing her brief Andi about who she's actually been talking to as if she ain't the damn assistant. What the hell are y'all talking about? And this is what I mean when I say that y'all be dragging it when it comes to this stanhood, because some of this is outrageous. When Karen was putting in perms without parting niggas' hair, I said something about that. I don't give a damn that I love Karen. It's like, you didn't put that perm in right. You about to burn this whole hair all the way out. What is that, Karen? Part the hair, get down to the new growth, stop it. But y'all gonna let Fatima run amok down here at this law firm just because you like the way that she look? Stop it. Stop it. There is nothing that she can do. There's no clause that she can point out. There's no damn document that she can draft that is actually going to hold weight in the court of goddamn law. So at the end of the day, she's going to have to bring in Hayden or Andi and or Bradley or somebody who's an actual attorney of law down there anyway. So why are we acting like it's okay for her to be moving as if she's a lawyer while she's not? Again, the last thing I seen from her is that she's failing law school. So not only do you have a paralegal looking over the number one draft pick who apparently had his way all up and through the damn NBA last season, but you got a paralegal who can't pass a damn law class looking after your damn contract. It don't make no damn sense, and none of y'all gonna make it make sense just because you want it to. God damn it. They done pissed me off.
I needed that. I needed that because that was so funny and that was so real. That was so real. Fatima doesn't get, and this is what I say when we say things like that. The number one thing we get, oh, y'all just don't like Fatima, or y'all always have something bad to say about Fatima. No, that's a fact. She's a paralegal. She cannot do this. And like you said, in the preview, she is briefing Andi on new clients that she's taking. You don't have the privilege to do that. They tell you which cases to research. They tell you what documents to get ready. Not the other way around. That is not how that works. And you don't get a pass because your name is Fatima Wilson. It don't work that way. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna hold, or if you're gonna come at one character so hard, and the other character's like, oh well, no, she can just do whatever the hell she want to do. No, she can't. And like Erica loves to bring this point, and I love it when she brings it up. The last we heard, baby, you were failing law school, so you're failing, but I'm gonna give you rope to bring in and talk to new clients and look over their stuff. No, you would be on probation until you get your grades up, ma'am. It's not mediocre. You cannot be mediocre and be a lawyer. So a D, you might as well
Allie,
quit
let's
your job.
build on it.
We got you here for
Let's build on it, Allie. You cannot be mediocre and be a lawyer. You cannot be mediocre, a black woman at a predominantly white firm with only 3 black people in it, and be mediocre. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works, honey. And that brings me over to Hayden's ass. No, I don't like him, but to have an actual esquire coming to beg this hoe to be able to sit in on meetings in his conference room because he is actually licensed to practice fucking law. She's not. You are here to set up the damn muffins and the coffee. He can come in this goddamn conference room if he wants to. What are you talking about? And I don't be wanting to take it here because her fans be dragging it and they get on my goddamn nerves, but enough is a goddamn enough.
Yeah. You ain't gonna talk about if you mess this up. Baby, he won't. You gonna mess this up. Not him. You. This is a tax attorney. You are a paralegal. What? I said, baby, I can't. I chuckled. I said, what is this? What is this?
And that's what sent me,
Allie.
That's what sent me. I am so pissed because we're finally at a place in the season where they got Andi litigating. They got Andi standing on business. She even standing up, talking to Bradley like, this is serious. This is why this matter. And yes, she has the personal ties to it. Yes, she could be a little bit too close, but she also got the array of other witness statements, as well as a former fellow student who just recently lost her life to back up her damn claims, supporting her initial interest based off of her damn friend. This is legitimizing the law firm. It is creating great intensity, great tension, great story for what's happening at the law firm. And then y'all go and invalidate it by sending us over to Fatima's closet ass office with Hayden hanging in the winds, begging, baby, baby, please let me go and meet with your damn clients. Meanwhile, she is not even licensed to practice damn law. Pick a struggle. Do y'all want us to take this damn law firm seriously or do you not? Because I'm getting pissed. I can relate to what Andi is doing literally in my literal life. And then you gonna come and give me a bunch of shit that could never possibly happen, that could honestly get all of y'all damn licenses taken? Because what y'all doing over here? This man is making multiple millions of dollars. Works for one of the biggest industries within the United States. And y'all got a paralegal advising him? I'ma call the board for whoever. I'ma complain. God damn it.
Thanks.
Oh, because she looked good. Boy. Amar said crooked ass law firm. Exactly. That's what it's giving. It's like we be getting there, Allie. We be taking steps. We get up to the point and then they be like, thought you had a friend. You thought we was going to give you some solid stories. You thought we was going to make this a real law firm. But the Fatima propaganda got a ride. And the crazy thing about this part is, Allie, the haters love to say that we hate Fatima. But I, for the life of me, cannot figure out why it's not clicking, Steven. That if Fatima was actually put into realistic circumstances and not scapegoated and given preferential treatment, her storyline would actually be richer and you would love her even more because her ass would actually be relatable. There is no magical light-skinned Negro out here skating like this. Everybody is catching life's hands. Why can't Fatima?
Yes. Everybody going through it.
I hope y'all got y'all sound bites that y'all need for whatever this little TikTok or Twitter content that y'all gonna be making. Because I just gave you a ton, and I'm standing on it.
You gave a lot. Big business. Big business.
It just puts Fatima back in a place that we've been speaking about this for seasons now. This is crazy, but they could do so much more with Fatima, but they honestly invalidate her as a character. They make her the least interesting thing to watch by doing this, by having all of these things where the rules don't apply to her and where her body and her privilege and her skin just makes everything damn okay. It's like, no, this is stupid.
Yeah. I even felt that way since we're on Fatima. I kind of even felt that way about the phone call she had with Zach this episode. When she was like, kind of like, he's, telling her how he feels. And she's like, yeah, we all going through it. You sound very happy and chippery on this phone. It doesn't give we're going through the same thing
where are
or
you
we're
going
experiencing
through?
the same thing or that's what I want to know. Baby, only thing she going through is a drive-through because I don't see what she's going specifically through at this moment.
You don't give a damn that you failing law tests. You don't give a damn that that Michael has been taken from your home because that probably give you a break and you ain't never want his ass to be there to begin with. What are you going through besides having to now help him through his grief or wanting to push him through his grief? What are you going through, Fatima?
Yeah, it was just a very interesting conversation for them to have and listening to what she was saying. And let me go on record and say I do understand that sometimes you do not know what to say when someone is grieving, but to tell someone who's grieving at such a loss like that we all going through it, baby, that is not the time. It's not the time to, what I'm saying, to make that statement, especially when your life doesn't reflect going through. And even going back to what you said about if Fatima was really put in some situations where she could be relatable because she's kind of flowing where nothing is phasing her. In the episode where Zach and everybody returned home, she did make a statement like, well, maybe if I would have got Karen to the hospital, quicker. And I understand like having that type of that feeling of guilt. Like I understood that, but it was like for a moment and it was never revisited again. Then I remember there was an episode, maybe season 6 or 7, can't remember which one, where Karen was like, in a few months these babies gonna be here, and Fatima said a lot can happen between that time.
She did.
That didn't ring back in everybody. Their internal thoughts are being played. We didn't that we didn't go revisit that. We didn't have that replay in her mind because people love to say what Karen did, but negate some of the shady and disrespectful things that Fatima let come out her mouth during that time as well. However, it's like that didn't play in your mind because I know if I said that to somebody and they lost their baby, I would feel so bad. Like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, Alicia, girl, you said blah blah blah. And this girl lost her, like that would do something to me. And it's to me it's the void of emotion. Nobody is that damn strong. I don't care how strong you are, nobody is that strong. And she kind of walks through like just water off her back with everything, and that's not realistic. And for the people that's gonna say, well, her story is gonna get played out on Zatima, well, take her whole character over there then. Because if you're
Yeah.
not gonna give her meat, if you're not gonna show her expressing emotions and really going through the trials and tribulations of life on Sisters, what is she here for? Because we
Yeah.
don't need her to fix everybody's life.
Yeah.
Like, I think the character deserves more than that. But to me, that's what they have deduced her to. And it's never been entertaining for me to watch Fatima in this light. Because if you're going to have her here and be such a staple on the show, she needs something to do,
Yeah.
period. Like you said, even Zach brought up, I may go, check on Michael. She didn't even say, yeah, I've been worried about him, or yeah, nothing. It was nothing like that. And if she gonna be here, man, just give us something to do. And I know I've been saying that for hell, I think since season 3. Honestly, give her something to do.
And
Now,
that's why
I
the
love what may be happening.
go
I'm
ahead.
saying I love what may be happening between her and Andi. That may be something. I'm looking forward to that.
But
But
they always
until
tease
we
us
get
with
there,
that,
this is not enough.
Allie. They
I
always
know.
do that, and they never follow through with it, and it pisses me off. So I'm not even getting excited this time because Andy has 100% the right to be like, "What are you doing, actually?" But they're not gonna let her. They're not gonna let her do that. But going back to your
Yeah.
point of like giving her something to do, that's why I was so captivated by Fatima in episodes 1 and 2 of this season because they finally gave her
Yes.
something to do in advocating for Karen. And it's not even specifically because she was advocating for Karen, but that felt the most real because whether it was Karen or just another black woman that she may have stumbled upon, right? Like let's say that this was happening at the law firm and a client came in and went into labor. I feel like she would have did the same exact thing for that woman as
Yes.
well. And in over the course of watching her react to all of the things being thrown at them, all of the obstacles to get Karen across the finish line of having these babies, her having to find another doctor, her confronting the nurses, all of that allowed for us to get to know Fatima in a different way, for us to see her in a different way, but then also for them to characterize her as a character within this world. And it was interesting to watch. But now that we're back to the sanitized ass, nothing is no sweat off of her goddamn brow, always water off of her back. It's like it gives the audience no actual entry point unless you're one of these super toxic, completely disgusting ass stands that are more obsessed with how she looks and Crystal as a person than Fatima as a character. You don't have nothing to really grab onto with Fatima. You have nothing to really relate to her about. And that is what I would hope that people would take away. But, lesser evolved individuals are just going to call us hating. But at the end of the day, we're advocating for her to actually have a story worth telling on Sisters or take her ass over to the Zatima and leave her there.
Yeah, that's and that's a fact. I even think about the fact that Fatima, no, she did not lose her child in a violent way, but Fatima had an abortion and she had a miscarriage. As a woman who has experienced loss, that would put me in a place mentally, whether it was me revisiting my moments where, where she had the abortion or where she had the miscarriage, or I don't even think she's shared these things with Andi, but it's almost as if Fatima is just like an avatar, not an avatar, what they an android. You just do what you're being told to do, but there is no emotional connection to anything. And I think for me, that's something I do want to see with the character. And it was so many opportunities within this episode for her to do that we didn't see it. Even just with the conversation with Zach, when he brought up Michael, it was just like he brought him up and that was it. Yeah, I'm gonna go check on him.
Yeah.
All right, what you got planned for today? Yeah, that sounds good. I said, well, dang, Michael, baby, you just out of sight, out of mind, honey.
Hello.
But yeah, but yeah, you
But
gotta
we
do
was
better.
giving him we gave Michael over with the quickness. That's a whole Zatima conversation,
Mm,
so we'll have that
that's a whole
conversation
nother
once we
con.
get to it. But
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's where we're
Mm-hmm.
at with that. I love where they have Andi at. I love that she has some purpose. Ellie,
Yes.
how you feeling about her calling Robin though?
I figured. I figured we was gonna have this. Now, this is the thing now. April AP, who wrote this, I think her name was April. It's AP, so maybe I don't remember your first name. I knew they was finna do this because maybe they're trying to set something up with Andi and Dr. Vaughn. That's his name, I believe. Because you was just so in love with Robin, you were willing to give him slurp and turp in that office with the door, with the windows people can just look into. And now all of a sudden, I know I can't think about a relationship, but I'm even happy with that. I'm happy that Andi isn't forcing something. I'm happy that Andi could, realize that she's not in a place for that. And I'm hoping that it sticks. And I can't get happy about nobody. I can't get happy about nobody, especially
Andrea
especially
Barnes.
Andi, because baby, when Penis called, more than likely she's gonna answer. So I'm taking it.
I
I'm
don't.
taking it with a grain of salt right now.
I don't know how
I'm
I
taking it with
feel
a grain of
about it,
salt.
Ellie, because she called her like, yes, maybe I need to do da 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 da. But girl, you was all so gung ho, and maybe the gun being put in your face shifted things for you. And yes, you want to refocus on, I guess, Karen in this lawsuit, but I don't know. I felt like it just left a lot to be desired, and what she left on his voicemail. I'm like, girl, you might as well have not have called for this. Like, huh?
Yeah.
You had a whole come to Jesus moment prior to being abducted. Don't get me wrong, being abducted is a very traumatic experience. So I'm not trying to negate that. But like to arrive at the place of like, yeah, I just need to, what did she say? I need to focus on myself. Um
Yeah.
and and give me a call if you feel like it or something like that. I'm just like, I don't know. It puts us back into a place where I don't really know how she feels about him, I guess. And that kind of is like annoying me a bit because they have made a decision on her going in on it and like, okay, he really did advocate for me. He really was this man. He really was blah 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 blah. And now they kind of like walked it back. It feels like, but I'm with you on her like choosing herself and choosing to take time. I wish that they could have just, I guess, found a better common ground with her having a desire for him, knowing that she has a desire for him, and choosing not to pursue it. I feel like they didn't give us that. And if they would have gave us that, I would have been 100% on board, I think.
Yeah. I agree. Because I just felt like, before we got to this season, it was more so she couldn't stand him. She was so angry with him. Then it went to, I can't get enough of you. I want you so bad, baby. Then the blackout, and then we went to just the thing of, this is not gonna happen. I could have even, went for, maybe it's just not our time. It's bad timing for us both because I didn't know if it felt. I think last week for me, Robin's voicemail kind of felt like, is this the end or is it not? It kind
And
of
I'm not a fan
it's
of
open
that.
for a possibility.
I'm not a fan of that. Some Sade says,
Yeah.
was that Sade? Somebody said they wrapped up Robin's storyline. I thought I saw that. Tam says they wrapped up Robin's storyline. I'm not a fan of them wrapping up people's storylines with them off screen.
Facts.
That is what also is giving a little bit more ambiguity. Yeah, ambiguity to this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
that is what it is. They Candy says, I hope that they don't give her a new man and let her go to therapy first. Child. Andi Coochie's gonna be throbbing in T minus.
Baby, I was going to say, I guarantee we'll see her bouncing and dancing before we see her in therapy, which is horrible, but that's what I think gonna happen.
Literally. Janelle says it feels like the character's going backwards. Yes, that's a great way to put it. I said a lot of words for that. Personally, that's what it feels like. Professionally, it feels like she's going forward. This malpractice lawsuit is going to be great for her career. It's going to be great for her refocusing herself into some kind of law and doing some damn work, right? But personally, it does feel like she's going backwards.
It's like they can't do two things at once. It is Solivary. Yeah.
All right. So now we get to leave the law firm. Yay. Are we going to the bank? Because before we got into reading Fatima for Filth, people was like, talk about Sabrina first.
Okay,
Are we
okay.
going to the
Let's go
bank?
to the bank.
I
Yeah,
don't want
let's
to go
go
to
to
this
the
raggedy
bank.
ass bank. Bump this bank and trust. Wood Craven, Woodhaven, whatever the hell it's called. I'm ready to light fire to it. Allie, I
It
can't.
was paid for me.
I love Page Down now.
It was paid. It was paid for
My,
me.
how the tables have turned, Paige. Yes, Paige.
Hmm.
Come on, Scene
Hmm.
Stealer. Her and Maurice
Baby,
are
and she did that.
gold. Her and Maurice are gold.
Yes. Yes. When she said, I may not know what's going on, but you can't let nobody come in here and mess with the family. I said, what? I said, Paige, you better do it, sis. I would throw paws too. Hands, hands, hands. I said, baby, I love it. I
This is
love
her
it. I love it
pocket. This
down.
is Paige's pocket. Being the
Yes,
little white girl
yes,
that's down, that wants to be down, absolutely. This is
yes,
how you ally.
yes.
She,
I loved
I don't
it.
remember what she said, but she was like, "Oh, I heard it. You're right." Yes,
It was something
on
about
editing
the chocolate.
in the moment. Oh yeah,
Yes, something
yes.
about the
I
chocolate.
love me
That's just
some
like,
dark
yeah,
chocolate or something like
yeah.
that. She's like, "Oh, I
She was
heard
like,
it. I heard it."
I heard it. I heard it. Oh my God. I heard it. I said, yes, Paige, baby. Catch it in the moment, hun. Catch it in the moment.
That's the best
I
part
loved
of the
it.
damn bank. Sabrina and Maurice. But I'm also not for Maurice pushing Sabrina to become rich, basically. So this nigga did you wrong.
Yes.
This is a hoe. This is a trollop. So now she gonna go become a trollop. Why?
But
Why? I'm gonna continue to beat this damn dead horse. This is not Sabrina's journey, and y'all need to find something for Sabrina's ass to do as well. I would never advocate for her to not be on the damn show because she's one of the original sisters, but she's much like in the same boat of Fatima. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. She ain't
yes.
doing a goddamn thing. And the craziest part about it is that Sabrina is the best set up sister out of them all, including Andi's well-to-do ass. Because Andi ain't got much
Yes.
sense, for real, for real. Sabrina got a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
sense. She got a job. She got a sense of style. She has a certain level of confidence to be able to navigate the world. She's a fully functioning goddamn adult and can seemingly get into well-adjusted good relationships, but for whatever reason continues to choose F-boys. That's her biggest problem, and that she's easily influenced. Those things are easily addressed, but over the course of 8 seasons, y'all haven't decided that you ain't going to damn address it. You are not going to allow this character to pick a destination and actually set off and go on the path of becoming the woman that she wants to become. Why? She's literally the woman that is best equipped to get to wherever the hell it is that she wants to go if y'all just make her decide where she wants to go and you refuse. But you have all of these goofy ass characters around her, and I'm sorry, Maurice, but your ass is going to be goofy today, steering her to do things that she internally probably don't actually want to do. So you're just furthering this whole passivity and this whole easily influenced narrative. For what? For F's sake? Because it's not even interesting. Sabrina's whole phase is going to be the most uninteresting whole phase to watch in the history of goddamn whole phases. I need y'all to let this lady pick a damn journey, pick a damn decision, pick who she wants to be, and chase after it as if Michael Myers is on her ass. And if she don't arrive where she's trying to get to, all is lost. If it ain't that, then y'all can might as well let her fade to black as well, because I can't. I guess I just got rants in me today, y'all. I'm sorry.
No, but I agree though. I agree. I agree when it comes to the character of Sabrina. I was so happy for this journey of motherhood, of going through this, with freezing her eggs and all this stuff like that. She seemed to be happy that her embryos found out that it was 4 embryos. They were all boys. We just gonna drop that. Like I don't, and still don't have to become a mother now, but you just want to go completely whole. Even when Maurice was doing
Completely
whatever he
whole.
was on that board, said Sabrina, you just don't even nothing about this says you. Nothing about horticulture, nothing screams about you. Now I got to make a pause because I felt like I was being read in my whole days. The 3 things that Maurice gave Sabrina, baby, I had a flashback because I said, now, whoever wrote this April AP, baby, you are not lying. 1, you don't catch no feelings. 2, you don't kiss nobody in the mouth. And three, baby, when you done, I go your way, you go mine. I let you stay. That is a strong, almost hell no every time. But if you get me, really get me, I might let you stay tonight. But when he did that, it was so funny to me because I'm like, that's some real spill right there. But excluding that, no, ma'am, baby, it's not for you.
You ain't
You are
lied.
not about that life.
You ain't lied. And
Mm-mm.
the the thing for me that's so interesting, and probably why I'm triggered. Wait a minute, let's unpack it. Because
Okay,
there
let's
has been
unpack.
various points, Ellie. There has been various points in my life where I was like, F this, I'm done. I'm gonna be out here. I'm outside. Erica was not made for the streets in that way. Like I just am not. I am a lover girl at heart, Ellie. I don't do the like bam, slam, bam, thank you, ma'am, cool. I'm gonna have conversations with you. I am always in the eye contact. I'm always asking, and I'm curious as fuck. I'm always like intrigued. It's like for me, I'm either into it or I'm not. There is no. So I literally could. I would fail every last one of the goddamn rules because yeah, let's have some pancakes the next morning. Like, that'll be cool. No, you can't do that. That is now building relationships. So I know distinctively there's been 2 times specifically that was like, yeah, I'm going to go out here and get me a roster. And I failed miserably because it was never something that I wanted to really do. It was a knee jerk reaction to like falling in love with a fuck boy or like feeling played and wanting to play somebody back. And it's just like, those are the wrong reasons to do this. I literally try my best to drive this point home, but like I'm literally not shading no hoe because if that's what you really want to do, I want you to do your best, biggest one with it, bitch. Make these niggas hurt, absolutely, or just get off, cool. But if it's not, I genuinely want us to be living as truthfully as we can, as authentically as we can. Be who the hell you are. Stop chasing somebody that you're not. You are never going to be anything other than yourself. Why waste time doing that? And for them to be giving Sabrina all of her storyline has been basically her chasing somebody who she was never wanted to be and honestly will never actually become. It's lame to me, I guess.
It is. You just knew it wasn't meant for her. When she was like, "Oh, we can have like conversation," and it's interesting because and you said something that was so profound, and I don't recommend anybody to, you can't tell a grown person what to do. Get being becoming a hoe at 36 is just not the tea for me. Like it's just not the business. I'm not saying that hoe has an expiration date or a certain age range, but at 36, I'm just saying I
It's
don't
a
think
little
that's the
bit
best time
easier
to go
in your
into that.
20s, baby. It's
Go
a
into
little bit easier
that.
to be
In your
unattached and whatnot
yes,
because you don't have
in your
nothing
20s,
built.
right?
You don't know who you
You ain't got
are. You're
nothing yet,
figuring things
and
out.
it's
You're much
fine.
looser. But now,
Hmm.
Sabrina, you're pushing 40, baby.
Yes, yes, it ain't the time. It's just, and and you said it has to be something that you want to do. It has to be like really, it has to be something that you want to do. I know me, my whole life, I love intelligent men. So the only way that
Hello.
the whole stage worked, the only way that the whole stage worked out for me, baby, we can't have conversation because the moment that I found out you're dumb, I
Oh!
can't have sex with you.
Sahara
So the
Desert.
best thing,
Sahara Desert.
yeah, I
The
can't deal
and
with dumb men. So.
I get this look and I'm just like,
Mm-mm.
the moment I register you're an idiot, get me out of here.
Yeah, I can't
Get
do
me
it.
out of
So
here.
conversation. Oh, baby, we can't have that because I can't. You can't. You fine. I want to do what I want to do, and if you say something that is totally out the way, I can't have sex with you no more, and I'm gonna be pissed. So no, certain conversations, no, we can't have. We conversate. We know what we want to do. Let's do what we came to do, and let's bounce. However, sometimes it be and now with Sabrina, you doing this because of Rich. That pisses me off anymore to think about. He is the sole purpose that is pushing you forward this lifestyle. This man,
He's gonna change your
I'm sorry, what?
character.
Like it's pissing me off.
You're now changing your whole
Yeah,
personality behind this bald headed demon with a
yeah,
raggedy
you be
ass
getting
juice
that now.
shop.
Yeah, like you ain't getting that from me. I'm sorry. Ain't no man. Me and my mom were just talking about this other day. Like when people cheat, you get cheated on. You like, oh, I'm gonna go get my lick back, baby. I'm not adding on to my number because you can't be faithful. I'm not opening up my legs to some dude because you can't. No, you did what you did, baby. Okay, we through. We done. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm not adding on to my number for nobody. Nobody will be able to push me into a life of horticulture, hold'em, and anything else dealing with being a hoe. I'm just not gonna do it. And rich of all people, girl,
Hello.
Sabrina,
It's
how many of them smoothies did you drink? Because he obviously put something in it, sis.
had to. But the best part about the whole Sabrina thing is the back and forth, the banter with Paige coming into the friend group. Maurice is going Maurice. I know some of y'all don't like Maurice. Janelle is like, I'm over Maurice. I want him gone. Brian is so damn brilliant. I can't wait to what happens next for Brian. I think that he needs a comedy of his own, maybe, or maybe like with a bunch of guys, because I think that he's just, his comedic timing is brilliant. He'd be so tapped in as Maurice. They do bring the lightheartedness, which is like why I struggle with the episode feeling as choppy as it is. You have the Maurice and the Paige for the comedic relief. Hell, even a damn Danny at this point. Give Sabrina something else,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not balanced out, and it doesn't track. And then when you have characters that are so authentic to who you've created them to be, right? Perfect casting for who plays Paige. She's brilliant, coming as comedic genius. Brian is
Mm-hmm.
brilliant as Maurice. But then you see Sabrina being completely inauthentic to her. It creates this dissonance of like, what the hell, girl, what? And not in a good
Mm-hmm.
way, not in an excited way. And then also, I feel like we've been here, done that. Like Maurice has been talking about Sabrina's clothes for years. They at the point in their friendship where he just need to go ahead and let it go. This is how she dressed. This is who she is.
Just
And then also they're having this moment when Maurice is supposedly in a committed relationship. Where's Grayson?
because where is Grayson? Where is he? Baby, where is Grayson? Last time we saw Grayson, he went to lunch with Maurice, Rich, and Sabrina, and we ain't seen that brother since. Are you still? Because Maurice doesn't speak as if he's in a relationship.
Yeah, he
So
doesn't.
what happened to
He
Grayson?
doesn't.
Mm.
Lord. Janelle says I would love Maurice on another show.
I think he's coming out with his own show, like a stage play or a stage. He coming out with
Oh, okay.
something. I read it. Yeah, I read. I'll forward it to you. I can't remember where I saw that. It was on some social media platform, but I think he wrote it, directed, produced it, all of that. I was
Come
like, all
on.
right, Brian, get it, boo. Get it.
Yes. Amaya says her whole face shouldn't have happened before she brought the box of Rich's belongings, or should have happened. Yeah, if she was gonna have a whole face, she should have did it before. But then it also speaks to like how weird they are when they have the women navigating men. They immediately throw them into relationships. She didn't have
Hmm.
to get into an exclusive relationship with Rich. If she was gonna get into a whole phase, then she should have had Rich, another nigga, and another nigga, and another nigga. Hell, it don't
Yeah.
even track that Danny was in a relationship with Tony. Danny is quite literally
Right.
just there for the sex, and now she's in a committed relationship as well. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
the material be right there. They choosing to tell the stupidest
Be
stories.
right there. Right there.
Are we
Right
done
there.
at the bank? That's everything that happened at the
We
bank.
done at the bank. We done at the bank. Yep. We done at the bank. I'm just trying to think what else happened. I think the only thing we got left is Zach at the gym and Karen and
Karen.
Aaron.
Ooh,
Yeah.
let's go to Zach first,
Okay.
cause they
He goes
child.
to the gym.
Ooh,
Yeah. He
they
goes to
they
the
giving
gym.
Deval some things to munch on. They giving him. I don't want them to be centering Zach the way they be centering Zach, but at least they giving
Yeah.
him worthwhile things for us to actually sink our teeth into, and for Deval as an actor to sink his teeth into. I'm really excited for his portrayal of Zach early on in the season, and all the emotional beats that he's being able to hit. And it's really incredible and really brilliant, I think, because there's still so many levels to it, and there's still differences. Like, there are little nuances to how I'm seeing Zach show up in this grief as he is moving through it, as he's making different decisions. First he was drinking at home alone, then he was trying to play the game. Now he's outside and he's very much so still grieving all that's going on and deeply hurt by it. And that hurt manifests differently depending on if you got a mask because you out and about in public, or if you're trying to stop your girlfriend from worrying because she keep calling, or you know what I'm saying. Like it, I can see the beats. I'm saying all that to say, Deval, we see it, sir. We see it.
You see
You
it.
ate that little one.
And this, yes, he did. And this is what we mean when we say give them something to do. Because y'all already know last season we was on him because the only thing he did was bring food to Fatima and scribble on that whiteboard. That is literally what
Everything.
Zach
That's
did
it.
the entire season 8. And it was like, give this man something to do. Why y'all got him do? This is what it means when you give a character something to do. There is a complete shift in Zach's character from season 8 to season 9. It's evident, and no one can deny that. Whether you like the character or not, no one can deny. No one can deny how DeVal is really sinking his teeth into this character, into the emo. Because even it shows on DeVal's face. It
Mm-hmm.
literally looks like he's just been crying and crying. And it's such a embodiment of what Zach is dealing with mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. He is literally wearing Zach, and I love his portrayal so far in season 9. Even when he goes to the gym, he's in his own little mode, listen to whatever music he's listening to, and he catches the attention of this Mr. Keys, who's able to see he's downtrodden, able to see there's a lot going on in his mind, and basically just letting him know like, hey, I'm not trying to pressure you. However, if you need to talk, I'm here. I'll be here for about an hour. If you want to lay your burdens down, and of course Zach did initially what he normally does. No, I'm good. I'm good. I got it. I'm good. But I was grateful to see him let his guard down and speak to Mr. Keys about what was going on with him. And even
Yeah.
hearing Mr. Keys' story about losing his son at the age of 3 to cancer. And that was something that, you could see Zach shift even with that. And, he's like, I'm sorry to hear that. And I love the conversation, between them two. Like, it's okay to carry, but it's also okay to let that stuff out too. And sometimes a stranger can give you the strength you need, the wisdom you need, the encouragement you need that will prompt you to do something different. And so
Yeah.
I love the moment between the two of them.
I did too. There was at the beginning of it was a little redundant with the whole "I'm gonna be here an hour" that they said multiple times. I said, "Okay now,
Multiple
okay
times.
now."
Mhm.
But overall, I did enjoy the moment as well. I think that Zach needed it. I think that the series as a whole needs additional characters like this, maybe to just pop in for an episode or two to provide additional support or to provide relief in this way. For Zach specifically, being able to see an older black man who basically is a little bit further ahead on a similar path as him, be able to pour into him, speak to his past experiences that line up with him coincidentally. I think that's very, very important, and it speaks volumes aside from the Zach character, but even as an example for other black men who could be watching the show. Maybe now some black men will seek out older black men for advice, for support, for listening, or whatever the case might be. So I'm really excited that they did this. Because also sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than it is to talk to your loved one, because there's so many preconceived notions, because there sometimes is an expectation, whether it is of the person who loves you or that you love. You might have an expectation of yourself to be this thing. Like, I know through a few of my grieving processes, specifically my most recent one, I had a ton of contention with family members because I am always the one who's good. I'm the one who figures it out. I'm the one who's good. I'm the one who, if I'm not good, I'm still good. And last month I was completely not good, and I was confronted with the reality that within my family, unfortunately, there was nobody to be who Erica is to all of those people when this type of thing happens for them. I do have friends that were able to step up and be that way, but that really hit me hard, and I'm saying that because that's the thing that, like, that's working behind the scenes or working internally when you're going through some things, and that's how these moments like what Zach is having with this stranger at the gym actually happens, because sometimes, because of all of the additional context and the minutia and all of this that comes with our current relationships, we're not able to be as open or as honest or as vulnerable. And I feel like it is very real for the Zach character, who's already struggling with allowing himself to cry, with allowing himself to feel as deeply as he feels. And we watching that confrontation happen internally. He's vocalizing it on numerous occasions over the course of the last 3 episodes. It tracks for him to be able to release with a complete stranger, because then there's less expectations, or there is no expectation. It just kind of is what it is, and he doesn't actually have to like package it a certain way. He don't really have to guard himself in a certain way. Like, he can just say it and it could be that. And lucky for him, this man has experienced something similar, and I think that that was really profound and some of the greatest parts of the episode, in being one of the most profound moments. So I agree, I really enjoyed that as well.
And I'm glad it didn't linger for a very long time either. Like it was like Zach got what he needed to go, and when he said, I got something I need to do, I said, oh, okay, so this is when we're gonna get where he got to go. I guess we could say that for the last thing. Um, but then we head on over to Karen's spot, unless you had something else you wanted to talk about with
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, I will speak about for Zach. He does reveal a little bit more to Fatima than we've seen him reveal thus far, and I was like, looking at that scene a little bit. I'm like, okay, so like, why are you doing this? Because I understood why you were avoiding it before, but now it's like you're revealing. But I guess because also you talked to Danny, you even talked to Aaron, you're at the gym, so okay, cool, cool, cool. And then the other stuff on her side, you have already spoken to early on in the episode. But that part kind of stuck out to me. I'm just kind of like, now all of a sudden you comfortable and you fine and you don't have no reservations. Okay.
That is a good point because when he was speaking, I was like, wow, it's like floodgates. Like he just let it, all out. I did put that like to memory, but that is a good point. Like what caused him to, she was like, did you eat the food? He was like, nah, Danny ate most of it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I love that girl, man. I love the girl. So you know about your friend being kidnapped and losing your baby within 48 hours. I was like, okay, Zach, we just, all right, boo. What, baby, do what you got to do. If you've arrived at this place that you could just, let it out, which 4 hours ago you couldn't even tell her good morning. Like you worked in that space,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it. And so maybe they're trying to kind of put a little acceleration for him and
Yeah.
Karen. With where they are, because I felt even the things that she was doing. I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked. I,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
shocked when we got to Karen's spot. Um,
But
yeah,
yeah, over at the apartment. Listen here,
yeah,
Aaron. Absolutely,
yes.
absolutely. Thank God. Thank God they didn't have this man trying to rush her through this grief. Thank God they had this man be just as patient and as caring and as
Yes.
loving and supportive and covering her as he has been.
Yeah,
Thank God. That's all I can say
yeah.
about that. Cause
Because we
I was worried.
we ain't know what y'all was gonna do, but you did right. You did right. AP, whoever wrote this episode, I think your name April. You did good, sis, because we didn't know what y'all was gonna do. Because y'all have a tendency to do. Y'all know what y'all have a tendency to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I just love the way that he spoke to her. How he was so patient with her and just telling her like, oh, it's not a rush. Like I don't want you to feel rushed. I loved how he spoke to her. And even with Karen, because when we saw the preview last week, I'm thinking, oh, baby girl is like really in the days. She taking out these pots. What is she doing?
Yeah.
But then we found out she was doing it because she wanted to cook. And I was like, I just wanted to be helpful. I was like, oh my God. And it like, wow, okay, Karen, like, okay. And even looking at her child, like even to like just discredit the comments about Karen not acknowledging her baby. She's well aware that her child is there. She's also going through a lot in this moment. I even like the fact of her telling Aaron like it's a lot. Like I want, and I think that's the thing. when you're at war with yourself, and I've said this a few times since this season, and you cannot escape you. You can mentally know I don't want to feel this way, but I don't even know what to do to get out of feeling this way. And that's
Yeah.
where we see her at. Like, this is a lot. I want to shake this. Like, I don't even want to be in this space, but I don't know what to do to get out. That says a whole lot. So I was just grateful just for the words, the verbiage that Karen had to tell
Yeah.
Aaron in that moment. And when she didn't have anything to say, she didn't. She was quiet. And I could appreciate even those quiet moments where I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Yes, I know my daughter is here. I know she's good because her father is here. I loved the moment. Like I really did.
It was very authentic.
It was.
And this is something I brought up in my review. It was also moment to moment. And that's what I really appreciate about it. Like, you literally watch Karen navigating her feelings, her thoughts, her grief, her pain, moment to moment. She has a plan to go and try to cook something, so she's yanking all these damn dishes out of the damn cupboard. She's trying to get there, and Aaron was trying to stop her. Don't touch me. I gotta help. I'm not providing any type of support. I gotta help. Then he comes behind her, stops her from doing that. We can order food. Okay, she like has a moment and she doesn't shake him off. She doesn't stop him from touching her. So I'm like, okay, so this is not about Aaron specifically. This is literally her going from moment to moment. Okay, if it's not gonna be this, then okay, he wants to do this, so I'm gonna let him do this. Like, you could just see it playing out. It felt poetic and profound, at least for me in watching it, but that's also because I just feel like Ebony is just really, really brilliant as Karen, and like the life that she has breathed into Karen. I think that you're 100% spot on with what they had her say and what they had her not say in the moments of silence that they created. It just created such a true peek into what that's like. And I don't know if this is where we want to go, but I think we should probably go there because it's been countless comments about how Karen is struggling because she lost Zach baby specifically, or Karen needs to get over it because she still has another baby. There are women who birth one child today and go home and feel detached. Don't feel like that their baby is their baby. Don't feel a mothering bone in their damn body. That is one of the things that can happen as a part of postpartum. When you add on postpartum, but then you add on to that a stillbirth, now you have added on complex trauma that's rooted in mental health crises. I'm gonna need some of y'all to go outside and touch some grass, be for real, and or slap yourselves. Because in what world do you not empathize with a woman, specifically a black woman, that had to go through fighting for her life, not only her damn child's life, taken to the point during childbirth where she had to say, please choose my baby. If it comes down to who gets to live and die, I will take the bullet and I will die for these kids. Who cannot find any grace or empathy for that particular woman after she comes out of it with her life. Mine is one of the lives that she would have willingly traded for her own, and say, oh, it's only because that was Zach's baby. No, it was because it's a baby, period. We literally are getting everything that we need to understand the psyche of Karen and how she's struggling this season. If we go back to last episode where we literally saw when Aaron ran out to the car for the bottle of water, and then Faith starts to cool and maybe begins to cry, and she's literally like, I should do something. I'm not worthy. She deserves better. You deserve better. I'm not capable. All of this is what she's battling with, while also knowing that she maybe, or not even knowing, because it's not a fact, it's a feeling for her, she was incapable of stewarding both of them to life, and she has to and grapple with that. And y'all are literally trivializing it and making it, oh well, it was Zach's baby that died, so that's why she's so damn sad. Please be for real. Because had it been Faith and not forever, not forever, she would be having the same damn response.
And that is the God honest truth. And yes, I think we do need to talk about, we do need to go there. I did a video talking about Karen, specifically to the comments that I've been seeing across social media pertaining to what you just said about how she's only acting this way because she lost Zach's baby. Karen need to get it together. She still has another baby she needs to care for. And I'm so appreciative of the women who have shared stories about their experience, about their mom's experience, about, losing life. And let me just tell y'all this. I'm not speaking for Erica when I say this, because I'm not going to mention nobody's names. But the mere fact that there are so many women that is allowing a man to speak on things that he will never experience, to speak on postpartum depression and saying that Karen is in a funk. She's not in a funk. This is not something that she can even control. She's suffering through postpartum depression, and she's grieving a child that she lost. And I'm not just talking about a child that she lost, a child that she gave birth to, a full term child that was taken out of her body that she had to hold. And the fact that I'm seeing women allowing a man to speak so disgustingly about this character, and it only becomes, it's just a show when someone has a contrary opinion about what you're saying. Because if we was all about on that, nobody would come at us with how they come at us. And that's the part that really gets me. And like Eric was talking about in the beginning, of being mindful about what you say, because people will come and say some of the most disgusting things, and a person will not comment because they don't want the fandom coming after them, even though they are experiencing or has experienced the same thing that Karen has, which I think is completely disgusting. You have people stating that Karen is showing. I think somebody in the comment too. I can't remember the name. I did respond to them, but it was like, when is Aaron going to get enough? And I said, what do you enough of Karen? I said, what do you mean? They said showing love to Zach. This is when to me, the Zatima stands of the people who are obsessed with Crystal, and you can't even give a legitimate example of what you're talking about. In season 9, season 8, see, when have we seen that? The things, it's honestly scary. I ain't gonna hold you. It's scary how people can come up with something, believe it, regurgitate it, someone else runs with it, and it spreads like wildfire, and it's not the truth. The truth doesn't have to be debated. The truth is what the show shows us. Even today, but when that picture came out with Zach showing up to Karen's house, you saw people. I saw people saying, "Well, so she couldn't get up and feed her daughter, but she could get up and answer the door for Zach." There's a phone in her hand. You telling me she called Zach? And that's why I said I felt vindicated watching the show, because it continues to show that this woman has no romantic feelings for Zach whatsoever. And what has happened is, as I stated months ago, when Erica and I did a special live, be careful what you ask for, because a lot of people asked for this. A lot of people did not want Karen's baby with Zach to live, and the writers brought that to fruition. But what people did not think about was there will forever be a link between Zach and Karen, because they both share something that neither one of them share with their current partner. They will always be. It will always be something. We know how Zach used to act towards Karen when it wasn't a baby. It has been magnified now, because even whatever, if Fatima has a boy or a son, or if she has a girl, which I think she's gonna have a girl, Karen still gave him his first daughter. She didn't live, unfortunately, but she still has that. And it's just sad to me that it's the consistent comparison of Fatima and Karen. And I'm gonna tell you, people who want Zach and Karen together, it's a very small percentage. They out there,
They are
but
out
it is a
there.
very small percentage, and they out there. But it's a very, but in my mind, I believe that it's the Zach fans and the Zatima fans. Y'all the ones who are keeping this conversation going. It's not the people who are rooting for Karen to have a future with Aaron. It ain't us. It's really y'all. Y'all
At
the one who
all.
make, well, he don't want her. Baby, you showing me that you're a little nervous. You
That's
showing
that,
me that you're a
Allie.
little scared.
Let's wake that up, because y'all's insistent obsession with Karen literally just speaks to the fact that you're shaking in your damn boots. Siobhan, baby, you said you stand corrected, but I need to go ahead and get off this point real quick, because you made the point about when the hell was Aaron gonna get tired of Karen's ass. When? Why does he have to get tired of her? I have beat this point into the damn ground as well. It's all fun and games when it's a black woman going to hell. going to hell for a black man and for the adoration, for the attention, for the love, for the cohabitation with a damn black man. But when a black man has to get down into the emotional trenches with a black woman, when a black man has to cultivate some sexual discipline, some emotional stability, some mental stability, some patience, and some perseverance in pursuit of a black woman, now y'all gonna call all bets off. Now it's, oh my God, he need to cut his ties and all of this and all of that. But when it's us, we supposed to be ride or dying. When it's us, we supposed to bend over backwards and break our backs most of the damn time so that that man can become good, and then his ass still don't ever become good. When it's us, well, he got all his potential. He just need a leg up. He just need a little bit more time. But when it's a black woman, a well-to-do black woman that may have been hurt, that may have been broken by another black man, it's, oh, cut your ties, wash your hands quickly of her. She's not worth it. But going back to the point that Allie was making, y'all, the Zatima and the Zach fans are literally the ones who keep this conversation going, and it's 100% because y'all asses are nervous. You're in fear, I fear. You're worried that Karen always will have a place in Zach's heart. So you project all this goofiness of, oh, Karen needs to let him go. Oh, Karen needs to do this. Oh, Karen needs to do that. Siobhan, you literally said, showing all this love for Zach. Karen ain't mentioned Zach's name this entire season. Let's wake that up real quick. She has yet to say the nigga's name aside from has Zach seen their unalived child. When she has arrived home and been unable to touch her baby that is living, has been unable to connect with her romantic partner, has been pushing her mama away, none of that actually communicated, well, what's going on with Zach? How does Zach feel? Correct me if I'm wrong. But she's showing love to Zach? No, she's fighting, as Allie said, a war internally, fighting for her life, might I add, because she's about to be swallowed up whole by the depression, by the grief, by the anxiety, by the darkness that is consuming her because she just lost a baby and almost lost her own life. But y'all too busy worried that she finna take y'all's man from y'all's favorite baddie, and you can't even offer up a bit of humanity and or perspective to this woman who's having very real experiences. You create a completely different narrative and running with it, and then coming to our channels and arguing with us about it. While also bigging up a goofy ass man, incel at that, who couldn't tell you what a pussy smelled like if you asked them. I'm gonna drop it because I'm about to take it to hell, Allie. I fear I'm about to take it to hell because I think I'm at my wit's end because I really, really hate the idea that we are normalized to have black men abandon us if we're not the easy thing, if it's not smooth sailing as soon as they get with us. But I know that I have been in the motherfucking trenches with black men willingly. This is not me shading them. I willingly jump my ass in the trenches with some black men with a half of potential and some fine looks. A little bit of history because one of them was a childhood, yada yada. But y'all mean to tell me if I'm grieving, like if a meet me at this particular season when Erica is going through, when Erica is struggling, when Erica ain't calling nobody, when Erica is barely making goddamn content. Y'all are just now seeing me publish content for real. Because I've been going through. So you mean to tell me if a nigga would have met me in the last 2 weeks and I wasn't bubbly and this and that, oh, throw the hoe away. That would be his loss. The same way if Aaron was to walk away from Karen right now, that would be his loss and he knows it. And I'm glad they're sticking with him knowing it and him sticking by her side because there's countless black women who might not be perfect, countless black women who are experiencing seasons of brokenness, countless black women who need to be reaffirmed, and they need to meet a partner who is willing to do work for them the same way that we're expected to do work for them.
Amen.
It feels like I'm actually back because I at this point I'm just ranting.
Yeah. And Siobhan, it's not because you did say you admitted you were wrong or
you were just a jumping off point,
it's not
baby.
just you. It wasn't like personally to you. It's
the comments
the
that we
as a
are
whole.
bigger
And
than
when
you,
I tell you,
honestly.
yes,
Your
yeah,
comment is
it's
very
a lot.
benign. The stuff that Allie and I see on a daily basis, baby, that's what we're actually speaking to. So, like, also keep that in
Yeah.
mind, y'all. Sometimes we're responding to y'all in the chat, but also what's running through our heads is all of the other stuff that we see.
Yeah, and it's a lot of stuff y'all don't see because we could delete it before it's even like we okay,
Yes.
boom, no, no.
Yes.
So it just wasn't to you. It's a lot of that, and it's just it's gotten beyond this point where it's like people say, well, y'all. I'm like, we don't even say we. I don't know where me and Erica, especially me. I have never wanted Karen with Zach. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
I did. I did
I'm
want
gonna
him.
tell you
I wanted
straight
them
up,
together.
baby boy. Baby, first episode, season 1, episode 1, never wanted it. Never wanted it. The moment he got on his knees crying and told his mama he didn't know why he was cheating on her, I don't know what made me do this, and you know where I'm from. Baby, I was done with that. I know where you from, nigga. What? That's your excuse for cheating on
Allie!
me.
And that's the
Done.
crazy part is that's the thing that got me with his ass. That's the thing that's
Done.
like, God damn it.
It was so
Because
funny.
I've been there. I've been there.
And that's why me and Eric, I think this was a match made in heaven. Because when we first started Our Sisters Keeper, I had my opinion of Fatima has always been what it is. Erica had a very different perspective of Fatima, but I think the journey has been so beautiful. And it wasn't like influenced by me or she changed what I thought or I changed what she thought. It was beautiful because I even love it was one Our Sisters Keeper we did after a particular episode. You was like, I fear like what I envisioned Fatima to be, she's not it. And I remember you having to like sort through your thoughts with that. And even speaking about it online, like I appreciated the journey that both of us have been on because even though Zach, I would probably never like that character because of a lot of reasons. He is someone that one, I will always give props for when I feel like he deserves it. Two, I believe that his love for Karen is genuine and pure, and he loves her the best way that he knew how.
And that's the
best way that he knew how.
I don't even know if we have said this before in a past episode, but the fact that you just said that is the thing that got me about Zach that I peeped early on because, and that's the thing that I most referenced. So like, I did not have the nigga on his knees saying exactly what Zach said to Karen. I had a different conversation that communicated the same sentiments, and I know that my Zach loved me the best that he could. It was not enough, but it was quite literally the best that he had. And once I realized that, once I got to that place, it allowed for me to have more grace and to be like, damn, one, we weren't going to work because you had way too far to go. But I do respect that you gave all that you had to give because that says something, right? Like you could not have enough, right? Like let's say something costs $1 and all you got is 50 cents, but you like, please take this because I really, really want it. But all you got is 50% of what it actually costs, baby. So that is what won me over with Zach initially, and it made me want to root for him because I love the idea. And if once I am able to at some point push out all of the shit that I have written, I love telling the story of the fuckboy reform or the fuckboy on the path because I feel like there's a lot of men out here that also misunderstand themselves, or not just misunderstood by society, misunderstand themselves and put themselves in positions to make certain decisions, not really understanding their triggers, not understanding their vices, not understanding so many things. And that's why they make the decisions that they do within these relationships. And it could be fixed if they would heal, but they don't go through the process of healing. And I was so excited about Zach initially because I was like, oh wait, I think we about to watch this nigga go on a journey to heal. Lo and behold, and lo. But that's what got me. So you literally were turned off in that moment. I was literally turned on of like, okay, we got somewhere to start. He could get better. But you had already seen it. You already peeped it because
baby, I was like, I said, no, baby, no, next, no. But I think that whenever you do tell your story, however far you go with your story, I think that it is such a beautiful story because even after what happened to him, you still showed up. You were still there. And some women may have been, whatever happened, happened. He did whatever he did, but it goes to show your heart. It goes to show that it wasn't based on, I wanted him to love me here. He was only love me. He was only able to love me here, and because of that, I'm holding on to that. And you didn't do that, and so I think that speaks a lot about to who you are as a. And I know I'm speaking in riddles because y'all don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But I think it says so much about you, and I understand the reason that you did have that connection to Zach,
Mm.
and I just think, just as a woman, I think it says a lot about who you are. I will hope that if I was in a position like that, my actions would be the same. I believe they would, but it
Mm.
just says a lot, as far as even how you talk about how people expect women to be, and sometimes I think it's an injustice creating Fatima to be this ride or die chick because she does not
Yes.
get more than half. She don't get half of what she puts in. But these same people will glorify that relationship and talk about how toxic Karen relationship was with Zach. And I told one young lady, I said, in my mind, Zach and Fatima's relationship is absolute worst because we're talking about over the course of 3 years with Karen, Zach and Fatima ain't been together a year.
Mm-hmm.
And look at all the stuff that this woman has endured, been through, continuing to telling him, I'm gonna be there for you, it don't matter what. When Fatima, and I was done with rooting for Fatima to become better when that chick said, when she told Zach, I deserve you. I said, oh hell,
We
I'm done.
have
You
lost the
deserve
plot.
okay.
We have
We
lost
have
the
lost it.
plot. I think
Okay.
that this is so important to like reiterate is when we think back about this, and like for me to have like started the series off vehemently rooting for Zach and like making excuses and like pulling from a place of like being there and like seeing it clearly with eyes of forgiveness, eyes of grace, or whatever, and then to be here where I'm at now, and to for the rhetoric online when people are discussing me and my commentary to be that I hate Zach so bad, and it's just like I feel like I'm probably one of the most perfect people to speak to the Zach character, because not only did I date a Zach and was like head over heels in love with a Zach, but I also have healed from that particular experience in a way that I have eyes that I can speak from my scars and not from my actual wounds. So the accountability that I want the Zach character to have, the consequences that I want him to face, all of it is actually just. All of it actually tracks for what would line him up to evolve into being the man that he could potentially be, that I saw him to be from the beginning. But because he's not actually able to experience the repercussions for decisions made, the consequences for the missing pieces within mindset or the problematic mindset, he is always going to be stuck in this particular stage of fuckboydom. And y'all are mad at me for pointing it out, but I can see it so damn clearly because I've like lived it and forgiven through it and done all of the things. It's just like y'all gaslighting the hell out of me right now, and I know I'm not wrong about this.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yes. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, what's going on with Siobhan in the chat? I'm
Look,
confused.
she said she gonna be quiet. I was like, no, don't be. I was saying you can share your opinion. Everybody have differences of opinion. It was just, I guess, the initial question was when is Aaron gonna get enough of Karen? I think that was kind of like the wrong jump off to say in the chat. But I do want you to feel comfortable expressing, because just how me and Erica talked about your comment is to bring awareness to a lot of things, because there are people who may feel the same way as you feel there, that, and I may not agree with it, but then we could talk about if that's how someone is coming, where are the receipts to back that up? A lot of times we get a lot of people who just say stuff and they don't have, like I said, someone was telling me I don't hold Karen accountable. I said, baby, you must be new here. Because if you go back and listen to my reviews in seasons 4, 3, 4, 5, baby, Karen was getting on my nerves. But it was because a lot of things that Karen experienced as a woman, that is something that Alicia would never do. Baby, a man
Mm.
has one time to tell me I ain't it for him. You got one time to tell me in front of another woman that she's one of one, that's who I want, and basically you don't mean shit. Baby, now mind you, I'm going to cry when I get in my car. Okay? I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
When I get in my car, but in front of you and that hoe, I'm gonna be like Mary J. Blige. I'm not gonna cry. You will not see no tear fall from my eyes. I'm gonna let you have that. Karen, the consistency of Karen, like being at their house, or I was just like, I can't relate to that, and it made me feel bad because I felt like my sis was playing herself. Like, you too good for this. Then there are some women that was in my comments saying they understand, they've experienced that, and I'm like, really? Even when Karen was telling, when she was going through, I need Zach to tell me he don't love me. I need to hear him say it. I had never heard of that in my life, Erica, until my homegirl who
Friend,
was married with a horrible husband was like, I need to hear him tell me he don't love me no more. I said, even though he's showing you he don't. I was like, oh, this is something. I was
it
learning.
is.
Even though she
It
was getting on
is.
my nerves, I'm like, wow, women experience this.
And it's interesting because
Girl, I
in
ain't
the
never
thick of it with Karen, people were on my ass and saying I wasn't holding her accountable. But I was also like bigging her up, like, yes, you're doing some stupid stuff. And she was playing herself. But
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
honestly, I was looking at it like I didn't take it far enough. Like I only did like 50% of what Karen did. And for me to be in a mindset that I was in during similar seasons, like what we saw play out with her, I wish I would have took it further. Like I wish if I was gonna play myself, I was gonna do it to like do it my biggest one. Um, but it's so funny because I could totally see that. I could totally see you being a woman who hasn't experienced that and who has commanded a certain level of confidence dating wise for I
Mm-hmm.
guess most of your like early adulthood when you're really, thrown into that. I could totally see you having a little bit of dissonance of like, girl, get your shit together because no. But for me, I related to like coming into being a very late bloomer, coming into romance, it but loving Baltimore boys and like it being what it's gonna be, and then also being indoctrinated into the whole like you have to be there ride or die within my family. All the women in my family like like not cower, but like cater to the men, and it's like some of them are raggedy as hell. Like some of y'all are codependent. Like that was what my point of reference was in my early dating life. So to watch it play out with Karen and like the chase and like having a woman have to prove herself, basically that's what I consider the chase. Because there's this back and forth game and this withholding of love and there's infidelity and there's this and there's that also felt very normal to me. So watching it all play out is just like, oh, okay. But that's I think what's the brilliance of like us having these conversations of being able to speak to these two different sides, and to your point of like it's the perfect marriage because we have had very different experiences, very different perspectives, and now we can talk about it. I think even when Allie says where's the receipts, it's not even that you guys have to have receipts of the actual episode. But one thing that I don't know if people put enough respect on our names when we do this is like we are either going to give you a receipt from the show, or we're going to tell you that we're saying something because it triggered us. We're going to tell you that we're saying something because we relate to it. We're going to tell you that we're saying something because something in my brain is calling for X, Y, and Z, which puts it off on us. There's so many people that project these opinions on us or project these opinions on our particular opinion. And when we say that you don't have no receipts, you're not pulling from the damn show. You also not offering up your own lived experience. So you just saying some shit just to say it. And it's like, how are we supposed to have a conversation about that? I am very transparent. Allie has been very transparent of like when the shit don't actually make logical sense, we point to like, well, I was on some wild shit and this is what I did. So I understand why it happened. And some of y'all
Okay,
probably need
because
to
I remember.
cultivate that in y'all. Like y'all need to come with a little bit more self-awareness, I think. Siobhan, real quick, Allie, don't lose your point. You said that I think I'm trying to skim it. It says that you resonate with Andi the most and you have lost a child, and it's like, okay, but that to me, you have lost a child, but you don't have sympathy for the character that has lost a child. So it's like, it's hard for us to find a way to like actually have a conversation when it feels like the things that are just being thrown into the chat are just thrown in there without any grounding points in the show and without any grounding points of your actual lived experience that you're speaking to. Go ahead, Ellie.
Oh shoot.
You lost it.
I think I was about to say, because I think it was one lie somebody told us that like we're judgmental, we don't give these characters grace. And I was like, baby, me and Erica have exposed a whole lot of stuff about ourselves personally. on this Our Sisters Keep Alive that probably should have stayed in my box that only
Hello.
close people knew about. But and I think one of the things that I discussed on the show that was very personal is I was young. He was young. We were the same age, but he was married, and that was something I vowed I would never ever do. It being involved with the being involved with a married man. So when I talk about these characters and the things that they're doing in life, I can speak from a place of yeah, I was home when I was in my 20s, early. I'm gonna tell you straight up. From the ages of 19 to 21, I probably did more in my life than I did. I did a lot. I
Come
did a hell of a
on.
lot. At 21 years old, I think I was 22. I was like, okay, Lord, I don't want to be like this no more. Like this is not the life I want to live. And at 22, my life, like things in my life changed because I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to be a different person. And I knew for me, the only way that was gonna happen, I had to have God in my life in some way. And I knew I was changed. The penis was being offered, and I turned that mug down. And that was on my season of celibacy that lasted for years. So when I talk about things that I've done, like that was a thing for me because I thought I was addicted to sex because I didn't care about companionship. I didn't care about friendship. No, I don't want to talk to you. It was very transactional. So I'm like, is something wrong with me? People won't like. I don't want to talk to you. If it ain't about what we doing, I don't want to have no conversation with you. So when I look at a character like Danny that uses sex, but then has a moment where it's like, wow, what's the reason that I'm doing this? I was so gung ho for that, and then it completely went out the window because it's like, no, stick there, stay there. What's causing you to use
Mm-hmm.
sex? Because you don't want to get abused. You don't want a man to put their hands
Mm-hmm.
on you. So you're using that as a coping mechanism. I'm gonna give you what you want so that I can leave here without being touched in that way by you, and we kind of hit on it and we let it go. So all of these women have the capacity to have such strong stories. Even Fatima, being pregnant at 17 by the neighborhood thug, she ends up losing her baby. Then she lets Ian talk her into getting an abortion, even though that's not what she wanted to do. And then she ain't even healed, and this brother married somebody else. What did that do to you? Yeah, we saw that
Hello.
moment on Zatima that I think is best acting ever. But on Sisters, we don't. There is a disconnect from those experiences that she's had, and we don't
Mm-hmm.
see it on Sisters, which to me makes Fatima a boring character. So much so I don't even want to see her on my screen because I've always felt like no one is that strong. No one is that well put together. And if you are, there is something going wrong. There's something going on within you if you can just disassociate. And for me, I will say, and I wondered because Fatima is a Virgo on the show, and I'm a Virgo as well. And I think one of my toxic traits is I can make love to you tonight and act like I don't even know you tomorrow. If I feel like you've hurt me, you've done something, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
want you in my life anymore, it happens so fast and it scares me. Like this is for
Mm-hmm.
real talk. It scares me how quickly I can disassociate myself from someone regardless of how strong my feelings are. And that's something that I have to work on because I know it's in me to do. So when I see Fatima functioning that way, I'm like, I can relate to that and I understand that, but I don't see her doing the work to work against what's in her nature to do. You got to give her something to make her relatable to people
Yeah.
because nobody is that damn perfect. You know what I'm
Nobody.
saying? And put together. Where is the struggle? You know what I'm saying? Like where is the struggle? But we may not never see it when it comes to that aspect of it. But
It's
yeah.
interesting because on Zatima they give her struggle, but then
Hmm.
they never really reconcile it because they're more focused on Zach and Zatima, and then on Sisters they just don't give her any kind of real obstacles, which is weird.
It is. It's very weird. But this is what happens, and I know y'all gonna come for me. I don't care. But this is what happens when you give people a pointless show.
Mm.
And for the people who have asked me about reviewing, because some people ask me about reviewing Zatima, I do not review Zatima. I watch it. I don't like the show, to be honest. I don't
Yeah.
like it because I feel like everything that's happening on Zatima, it could happen on Sisters. It would give the characters a lot of meat.
Yeah.
I'm all here for Black people being employed, and I know Tyler paces people well. I'm all for that. I just believe that Zatima is pointless because to me, none of the co-stars have powerful enough stories. Like
None of
I could
them, except for
without them,
Connie, and she
except for
just
Connie.
coming into it. Like, I'm tuning in this season for Connie specifically, and y'all gonna give me 2.5 seconds of her. I really don't give a damn what's going on. The Belinda and Nate of it all. Tony ain't doing a damn thing. Preston had popped up. Now all of a sudden he hunching on Deja. What the fuck is like?
Yeah.
What? So yeah, Ellie,
Mm-hmm.
you are 100% right with that. Going back to your point about, Fatima and her history, similar to how Ellie and I speak very transparently about how our lived experiences have shaped how we move now and like what we think and the decision that we make now. I think that even robbing her of that and acting like she doesn't have a response tied to the things that she's actually lived through is again robbing her and doing the character a deep disservice. You just were there as a woman, basically had to suffer through a miscarriage. Now, while it wasn't the same experience of your miscarriage, but had to suffer through one, basically, for me, this will look like murder if you ask me, because this is outside of her own control. Nobody was willing to help. That don't trigger nothing in you, Fatima. You just back to work like it's cool, de la. You just perfectly fine. You're not concerned about your baby. You're like, and not to say that you have to worry about your baby as if your baby is actually in danger, but like just all of the thoughts that come up based off of what is happening in life, moment to moment.
Yeah. That's a fact.
And I don't even know if
That's a
they
fact.
if they are doing a great job of honoring her as a Virgo, because the amount of times chances that she's giving Zach's
No.
ass.
Baby, no, she ain't. Baby, somebody said she must be an August Virgo. I don't know. This September Virgo, let me tell you when it would have ended for me and Zach. And I thought it would have, I ain't gonna lie to you because I know he's doing her well in the bedroom. So that
Is
probably would have
he?
gave him a little edge.
Is he? He
I think
lost
so.
me when he started when he rubbing her ass raw. You got me chafing now. I'm not having fun no more. I'm not having
Before,
fun
see,
if
we wouldn't have made it that far. We wouldn't
okay,
have made
okay,
it that far.
okay.
Oh baby, we would have. This is when it would have ended for me and Zach. This was season 3. So they say they just started season 2. The end of season 2 is when she finds out this is Karen's ex. The beginning of season 3, he told Fatima, "I don't know why I love her so damn much. I want you and her." My response would have been, Zach, you know what? I respect your honesty. Get the hell out of my house so you can go have her. And I am a woman who love honesty. I do. I love honesty all the way down, and I respect it. But I'm going to respond to it. So, since you want her, baby, you can go have Karen. I think there's unfinished business there. I know you still in love with her. Hell, you just slid out of her 48 hours ago. How about you go and handle that? Once you've got her out of your system, you can come back, and I might be available.
We could
But
discuss
until then,
an
oh baby, we can
arrangement.
discuss an arrangement. But until then, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. No, 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 no. But Fatima, she got Virgo qualities because she had that other dude at her house. When Zach came to come get his stuff, I said, "Oh,
Uh-huh.
I would have did that. I would have did that. I sure would have. I would have did that to let you know, baby. As what Beyonce
Lord,
say, I can have another you in a minute. Matter of
Lord
fact,
have
in
mercy.
a minute, that's me.
Just wait a
Not now,
second.
but back then,
Just wait
yeah, just
on
wait
it.
a second. Yeah, don't do it now. But back then, oh baby, what? I sure would have.
Ain't no one else that would have done it for her
Mm-hmm.
too. Lord,
I
child. If
don't know why I love
anything,
her so damn much. Oh, you don't?
to Allie point, we be telling too much of our damn business. The nigga with the personality of a fucking thumb. The nigga with the
Mm-hmm.
personality of a thumb, Allie. I recall. I recall a conversation, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'll let it ride because I was trying to be understanding, but this person was he like had issues with his like on again off again ex,
Okay.
and this should still chaps my ass to this day, but I'm also going to accept if it's the truth, it's the damn truth. I've been told multiple times that like relationships with me are too easy or like just different and smooth in a way that they hadn't experienced before, and that has become a problem, and that shit used to blow my mind. Okay, the nigga of the person who had the personality of a fucking thumb was dealing with his like on again off again whatever, but claim to be just so into me, and we actually had like a very honest conversation about it. And that wasn't this moment that you're talking about reminds me of that particular conversation, because he didn't come out and say, "Oh, I'm like stuck on her," but he came out and said something along the lines of like he's not sure he's not sure if he knows what to do in a relationship with me because he's never experienced a relationship or interactions how he interacts with me in reference to maturity, in reference to consistency, in reference to communication, and all of the things. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, we're all like on our own journeys, and you know, there's uncoupling that has to happen, and you have feelings. And at the time, like, I still was like, I have a best friend who started out very differently, and I'm like, I love him dearly, and he ain't going no goddamn where. So like, whatever. But when I think about it now, and like re-seeing this, it's like, oh yeah, it should have been cut off then. It should have been, because this nigga turned around and cheated on me once we did go into the thing with the fucking ex. Like the writing was on the goddamn wall, and my little fucking lover girl ass, and like, oh well, we're all just people trying to figure it out. No, bitch. No.
You gonna figure it out. You gonna figure it out right over there with home girl. You can't. And I'm very like respectful of when you're like, because you can meet somebody who's just getting out of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And my if you're getting out of a situation, and if I'm looking for a relationship or I'm in, in that space, then I know with you, I'm going to go very slow. I'm not going to put my emotions in it because you may be extremely vulnerable. You may attach onto me because I'm providing something that you used to get that she's not giving you, or I'm providing you more or better than what you had. And so when I think about that, it really applies to Zach because I feel like I believe Zach never dealt with his breakup from Karen. Zach did what a
Mm-hmm.
lot of men do. You get kicked out of one home and you go slide up in some new coochie and you sex her, dick her down so good she offers you a place to stay. And that's exactly what happened with Fatima. Now I'm not discrediting their relationship as to where it is now, but when you don't deal with certain things emotionally, because I do believe yes, Zach is with Fatima, yes, they're engaged, but there is to me an emotional hold that that he has for her. There's a softness, and it probably will always be there, especially now with everything that has happened. And I would be respectful to that, but at the same time, I feel like with women, we do take on a lot of stuff from men. We take on a lot of stuff that if we were to do it, baby, they would leave us in a
Listen.
heartbeat.
Listen.
Leave us in a heartbeat.
I'm thinking about some
Because I
convers.
feel
Go. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I feel you when you talked about how like being in a relationship with a man and they say that it's easy. Because I am one baby that I've never been one to argue. I've never been one to argue. I get my point across, and I am very sarcastic, okay? And I got a hell of a mouth on me. The way my brain come up with stuff, baby, I will cut you to the white meat without ever cursing you. It's just the way my brain works. And I be mindful because I don't want to disrespect a man or make a man feel less than. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to ever do that. However, comma, you can get with somebody and you can say what you want, and then when they provide that for you, you realize I really like the crazy chick. I
Hello.
want the girl that's the girl that's gonna do X, Y, and Z. And then for me, I'm all for it. Get your big hurt now. If I ain't the one for you or I'm not crazy enough for you, You can go. I remember a dude told me, he was like, your mouth like Hemi power. I said, what is that? He was like, the batteries they put in them 18-wheeler trucks, that's your mouth. Like you be on some stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm not gonna change. You know, it is what, like, that's just part of my personality. I don't mean any hurt by it, but if someone, I try to shift when I know, like, Alicia, okay, you can't do that. But I think it says something when you, as people say, in your soft girl era or whatever the case may be. Because, baby, let me tell you something. I know it may not be a lot of men on here, but I know women can relate. Even take away the sex. When you get a man that treats you the way that you want to be treated, a man that talks to you, a man that is like all the things that you personally want in your man, baby, I don't know what switch goes off in us, but it's like we become a completely different person. Like, who the hell is this? What? I'm cooking 3 times a week. Like it's something happens. Like
And that's
something
so,
happens within you. It is like that's what I want these women to experience. And the
yes.
quality of men that if they ain't getting it,
That I
now
want that too.
they
I want that too,
yes.
but also for the women who are maybe not necessarily where Allie was or like Allie, but you might be like me. I came into it offering that up immediately as if that was old. Now I'm in a place of like, no, if you're not the that do certain things, you don't actually get this. So you gonna get the hard ass Erica that's like, nah. It's so crazy because 20 something, early 30 something Erica was just completely different than how I operate in life or how I operated in academics or how I operated in athletics. Like, I was so aggressive, so like outspoken, so this, so that. But inside them damn relationships, submissive. I ain't trying to do too much. I don't want to make you feel away. I know my mouth slick as hell, so I'm gonna shut the hell up. Da, 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 da. Now you might want to play with something safer. Because they done fucked up. They done fucked it up for everybody. And until you are this person, until you prove to me that you are this, and this, you're not going to know peace. I don't know peace, actually. And that's what I want from women. I want women to stop offering it up right away. If you are those women that offer it up right away, I was that one. And Ain't Noel said something. That's exactly what happened. He made no effort to deal with himself. That's another thing. Like, there's a conversation happening on TikTok around romance and men and women in romance. And, like, men are like, well, what else do women want from us? I want y'all to do the shit that we have to do. Like, I went from one relationship to the next and improved. Not because the nigga made me improve, but because I didn't want to feel the same way that I felt in the past one in the new one. So the first one, I was kicking chest in. When I got to my breaking point, I was throwing bottles. I was doing all types of shit. Got into the next one, and I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna cuss at him. I ain't even gonna use a curse word at him. That's an active decision that I made. Where are those decisions for the men folk that are going from one woman to the next and learning from the past and like cultivating who they want to be, but then also getting a clear understanding of who they want to be with and trying their best to align it as best as possible so when you go out into the world, you got a clear understanding of who the fuck you looking for. Niggas just be out here sticking their thing and everything with no clarity, no plan, no nothing, and I can't respect you niggas for it. And now I know that it's fine, and I gave myself permission to not respect you niggas for it. It's a wrap. Shout out to the alleys of the world who arrive early in their 20s, dragging their nuts on these niggas. But also shout out to the Ericas who it take a little bit of time, it takes some shucking and jiving, but then you start to drag your nuts on these niggas too. Shout out to the both of us, friend.
Shout out to the both of us. Whatever side of the coin you land on, whatever side of the coin y'all land on in the chat, we respect it. We respect it.
And that's also why I'm just never gonna take you niggas seriously that just hate me so damn bad. Because the way my journey has been from one to the way I have a very clear understanding of both sides, most of you hoes can't tell me a goddamn thing. Because when you be quiet, they kill you and say that you like dying. And then when you speak up, you too damn loud and you dragging and you emasculate. Well, I'm going to be comfortable. You niggas going to figure it out. That's what that's going to be.
That's a fact.
Jabari says, any woman that's not doing that for Zach, he feels less than. Not Fatima having to lower herself for him up that can't get a passport. And baby, that's a trigger for me.
Okay.
Watching women lower themselves, having been a woman who lowered herself. If y'all want my eye to twitch, if you really listen, like if you are a fan of my channel, or like even if you're just trying to figure me out, there's so many people I get comments of like, oh Erica, you're just angry. Oh Erica, you're just this. And I'm like, you must really don't listen to my goddamn breakdowns, because I'm very clear. Y'all could read me for damn filth based off of what my content is like. Every woman in every show that I cover, that I see, is deciding to hop her ass out the damn, out off her throne to go down in the gutter with a nigga, I'm on her ass. And I'm telling her not to do that shit. Every last one of them. Nicole Dupree, Karen with fucking Zach now. Like, I'm not playing no games with these hoes. Absolutely the hell not. If the nigga can't rise, leave his ass to die. I'm done. There's no cut cards when it comes to this shit. We're not jumping down in the gutter with these niggas. For what?
At all.
And if you got a problem with that and you don't want that to be prophesied over your life, then baby, this is not the channel for you. But I'm going to always advocate for women to stay where the hell they at, make the man meet you. Because, girl, what is you doing? Where is you going? Sit your ass still.
Please.
Respectfully.
And we want to go ahead and hit him with the cannon. Hit him with the cannon that happened this episode.
Yes. Let's go.
Go ahead and hit him with the cannon. Aaron said he had some food, whatever. So Karen checks her phone and she hears the message from Danny. And then there's a knock on the door. She did not know it was Zach. Did not know he was coming over. She gets up, opened the door. It's Zach. The look that those two gave each other.
They never beat the allegations.
Baby.
They never beat the allegations, honey.
Baby, let me tell you something. And I say this with everything in me. There is no parts of me. Let me just say honestly, I do not believe there's not going to be a resurgence of Karen and Zach in a romantic way. Ebony Obsidian and DeVal Ellis chemistry is top tier. It is top tier chemistry.
Grade A, Wagyu steak.
Yes. They were having a conversation and no words were spoken. Again, let me say, because I know y'all, I do not ever want Karen and Zach together. Don't believe they will be. But one thing is for certain, two things for sure. Baby, that chemistry between them two
ain't going nowhere.
Fire. At all.
It persists.
At all.
Straight fire. It persists. Ain't going nowhere. They ain't beating the allegations. And I want her with Aaron bad. Bad.
Yes.
But I got two eyes, and I'm not delusional like some of you girls.
Zach don't love her. I could have sworn he told Fatima he loved Karen at the hospital. Did he not? Not saying he in love with her, but he lets it be known. I love Karen. I mean, not like that. And you ain't got to preface it with that, Zach. You ain't got to say that every time. We understand what you mean. You love her.
We understand, but Fatima don't understand. And Fatima rightfully so don't understand, Ellie, because he has built up a relationship with her that is not actually on stable ground and is unhealthy and insecure. So he has to go overboard in articulating attempted security because he cannot operate out of security within the relationship and truly solidify their foundation.
Let the church say amen. Because Hunty, what?
Shy Girl J23 says top tier. I can't stand it because I don't want her with that man, but it is top tier. It should be illegal. Their chemistry should be illegal.
Yeah.
Zach and Karen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Child.
Tina said, man, the way they looked at each other, I forgot they were grieving. I'm like, girl, let that man in. Girl. Facts. I was like,
let that man in. There's already a man in here.
I mean, what now? The best man, I believe the best man is already in the house.
He's already
Baby,
here. What are we
baby,
supposed
I was
to do
like,
now? But this
oh
conversation needs to
shit.
be had. I'm going to
Yeah.
do a video to like really deep dive into my thoughts around this because this conversation needs to be had. You've predicted this from the jump. If they were going down this route, you felt like that was going to work in the opposite of what people were expecting. We spoke a little bit about some of the distasteful ass comments. Um, I think that this conversation is also going to do a lot to show that it's not specifically that it was Zach's baby, but she can still commiserate in that they both have lost this thing. They are both tied to this particular loss. So it's less about the love or the being in love that is or is not present, and more about this being the only other human being on the planet that knows exactly what I'm thinking, knows exactly what I'm feeling, know exactly how bad I'm hurting, and honoring that.
Yeah. Yeah. For it. I'm here like the and I honestly believe that this conversation, not that it may do, a huge thing, but I believe it is definitely going to aid in the healing that they both need
For
to
sure.
experience, after this loss. So I'm just grateful that, excuse me, the writers didn't take a long time for this inevitable conversation to happen, and the fact that it's happening in front of Aaron, it's happening at the kitchen table, because I believe they showed when Andy and Danny came in, they was like, "Where's Karen?" And Aaron did kind of give a look like that nigga over there. That was like the look that Aaron kind of gave. So it made me wonder, like, how I really do want to hear how he feels about things, but I'm grateful that we're getting this conversation with Zach and Karen, because it's needed.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna piss somebody off, baby. The girls were pissed that he was standing outside her door, and I'm like, I'm here for it. I love it
That's
because,
the
as
only
you know,
place
we
that
like we
he
talked
could
about
really
it.
go to really
That's
get
one
on the
thing.
path to go
Mhm.
through. Like this, the if he would have avoided it, then he would just stay in a prolonged state of grieving. Like this has to happen. Less self-aware, less emotionally stable, less emotionally intelligent girls don't get that, but for the girls that get it, they get it. This conversation has to
Yeah,
happen. Hell, Aaron knows this conversation probably has to happen.
absolutely, absolutely. And I just think, it was just so much. I felt the love. I felt the tenderness. I even felt like the look of guilt and shame that Karen had. Everybody, I don't know why Tyler. Well, I do. I know Tyler Perry stuff don't really get nominated for. I don't know what needs to happen. Everybody upset. What do daytime get? Emmys.
Hmm.
TV shows get Emmys.
That it's not gonna happen, Allie, because the
Baby, she
writing is
needs
so
one.
bad around
I
the
know it
show.
ain't, which is sad. I know it
She
ain't.
does need one. She
But baby,
deserves
she
it. She really does, Allie. She
she
deserves it. She, oh my gosh, she deserves it.
she
Everything that you just said, the shame, the guilt, and I think that those sentiments are going to be mutual for the
yeah,
both of them.
yeah. Whew. But I'm here for it.
What did you rate the
I'm here for
episode, Allie? Because we didn't talk about our ratings.
it. I would give it like, 'cause I don't think he was bad. Like a six,
Okay,
5.56.
that's what I was about to say. I'm about to say a 5.5. Maybe a
Yeah,
6 because the Andy, Zach, and Karen did carry,
yeah,
but Danny and
yeah.
Sabrina really took away. Danny, Sabrina, and Fatima took away from the episode for me.
Definitely the Danny part. Why is she still going back and forth with this? What's his name? I don't even
Leonard,
remember. Richard, whatever his name.
Leonard,
Leonard. Thank you. Why are we still having this conflict? It's like we're having this conflict between these two. It's old for
just to
Hayden
have
and
it.
Fatima, but it's still. I don't like the banter, but for it to be what she putting on enough of that.
Enough.
Please, enough of
Well,
Fatima doing all of that.
The only thing that I'm kind of looking forward to when it comes to Danny and Leonard is that Tony kissed her while she was behind that damn desk on his last damn day. Hopefully, there's cameras here. She threatened to whoop Leonard's ass. I hope Leonard go run tell that. We're in a waiting period right now for her to get that settlement money, and in that waiting period, maybe they can rescind that damn offer because she's still just as aggressive and hasn't learned a goddamn thing. So I am here for the bullshit with Leonard if it gets that money taken before she even gets to touch it. Hello?
Oh
Mm-hmm.
Lord. Now somebody told me, I don't know if you read this. I don't know. Somebody told me, and I don't remember who it was. What's the boy name? Her cousin is supposed to be a love
Rock.
interest for Sabrina. Rock. Rock is supposed to be a love
Oh,
interest for
God.
Sabrina. We don't want it. Writers, we don't want it. I know y'all done already filmed, but we don't want that. Why?
I mean this with
You
all
gonna
all
put
due
Sabrina?
respect. All due respect, having dated a nigga in jail. No. What part of Sabrina Reed's fucking felon? What part of Sabrina Reed she wants to hunch on a felon? Nothing.
Oh
Please.
God.
You gonna take her from bald headed raggedy doo wop to lame ass broke ass felon man? No shade to my felons, but no, this is not the one for you. She's not the one that's gonna help you
not,
rehabilitate. Sabrina is not
not
the
Sabrina.
rehabilitation pussy. She's not. Please.
No, not her. Please, not her. Not her.
But they
Give me
probably gonna
somebody
do it
else.
because they just be doing shit with Sabrina. Ugh.
And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I hate it with a passion. Baby, y'all got a lot out of me and Erica today, baby. We done exposed personal business. We done talked about my whole phase a little bit. We done talked about some stuff.
Shy girl, don't be talking about some girl what? I'm from Baltimore. Like I am not joking about that.
Baby.
Just think about all that comes with that, okay? Who didn't mess with a
I
nigga
had
in
now
jail and you from Baltimore?
you got me. I was gonna say that you got me on that one since I ain't never had one of that. I did date a drug dealer back in the day. But
Well, see, that's the T. And like, it wasn't
yeah.
like after. So I'm not one of those ones that get with the nigga after. But this was already
Mm-hmm.
before. And I'm like already in love with your ass. And then you go to jail. So, but then at the time, I like, that was a whole thing. And I tried to move on. So I wasn't dating him while he was like actually in jail. But I was still visiting him and like, whatever. It was a thing. But be clear,
My
it's not like, oh, these bitches on that damn reality show that's sending jail letters and like connecting with niggas in jail
oh,
specifically because they lonely. No, I already loved the nigga before he went to jail, so I was stuck with it.
stuck with my I never did that, but like the drug dealer, this is like the weirdest story. He was a drug dealer, but his dad worked for the FBI. Weirdest
Ellie,
story in
what
the
in the
world.
motherfucking novel? That is a plot, bitch. That is a
I
plot
knew.
if I ever seen it.
I knew that's what I said. This was an interesting situation. He was a drug dealer. I was in college. I was a sophomore in college. He was a drug dealer. Baby, his dad was worked for the FBI, and I'm like, how the hell does that happen? Like, I said, does your dad know what you do? He was like, yeah, you know what I do. Like, he knew what his dad did. It was like a whole lot because like he was super chocolate, like probably the darkest guy I've ever dated. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man, I got a thing for light skinned men, but the chocolate brothers gets it too. I don't discriminate.
Hello?
But he was so beautiful. Oh my god. Oh, anyway. But his mom was really light skinned, but his mom treated him really bad. So he had this like thing with light skinned women. It was a whole bunch of girl. Why are you dealing with this man? But he was cool. I don't know what I was doing at that time, but just that
You knew
alone,
what
I
you
was
was doing,
dating a
Allie.
drug
That was
dealer.
the demon dick. That's what that
I
was.
had, yeah, I was a drug. He was a drug dealer who dad worked for the FBI, who had mommy issues. And this time I knew I liked him because we not at college time. This like a year. We dated for 3 months. before we ever had sex. That's a long time to be in college and dating somebody and not having sex. But the moment, and I never felt like we would kiss and not, but I never knew what he was working with. The moment I found out what he was working with, I wasn't working with him no more because there was no way in hell we ain't gonna work. I like you, and I even tried. I tried. And baby, let me tell y'all something. Y'all talking about
Oh my
Karen. I'm
God.
talking about Karen. I said that Karen needs a daytime Emmy, Emmy award. Your good sis right here deserved the Emmy award for the performance that I put on. Because let me tell y'all something, baby. We were in it. We were getting into it. And I didn't know
Oh.
his penis was that small. Honey, as we were, I said, okay, this ain't gonna work. I said, so I stopped everything. I said, you know what? I sat in silence for a moment. And he was like, what's going on? What's wrong? And I said, I think we're moving too fast. I'm not ready. I said, I think I need to take you home. I need to be alone. Baby, when I tell you, I
Not
put
you need
it,
to take him home. He also didn't drive, Allie.
well, no, he had a car, but
Oh,
the
okay.
plan was for him to stay over.
Oh,
But
okay.
once I was like, oh, that's what you, and don't get me wrong, I done had a small penis before, but at least he knew what the hell he was doing. This brother here didn't know what he
Those
was
are
doing.
supposed to be the best eaters. Like, I'm gonna need you to compensate, sir.
I didn't even want him to do that. I wanted to take him home so I could call somebody who knew what the hell they was doing. He was like, you got to go,
Child.
baby.
Well, that has
Jamira
never been
said,
my
since you have
ministry.
lived,
Allie
I
has
have.
lived,
Jamira,
bruh.
I really want to start like doing some. I was gonna call it Allie Nick at night, where I really share some of my like girl. I told y'all from 19 to 21, your good sis was out in these streets wilding. I'm talking about wilding. But yeah, girl, that was just one of those stories, honey, where I was just like, baby, this ain't finna work here. This ain't no,
I don't know if it's
this ain't
good or
finna pop.
bad, but I have not had that experience. And I have definitely been traumatized by the fact that I've not had that particular experience.
Small penis, but you know what he was doing?
I've not had that experience.
This is my thing, right? And ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, when it comes to a man's penis, they can't help what size they are, right? They can't help if they're small, whatever. My issue is why they act like they don't know their penis small. You know what I'm saying? And these are my thoughts. These are my thoughts.
No, but okay,
Y'all,
but Allie, I don't like that particular rhetoric because the ones with the big ass penis, that means that they have the right to act a fool. And they don't need to be acting a
no,
fool either.
no.
Them niggas be running around here just ridiculous, like hospitalizing bitches. And it's just like, sir, I'm gonna need you to relax as well. Everybody calm down. How about that?
Okay. As a woman who prefers a larger penis, a man with a like now it's one thing when you to me like you know your penis ain't that like you know you ain't really working with nothing and then I don't ever get hyped up when men tell me like yeah man like what their sex game is like I don't really like men that brag on it and I don't get caught up but I liked him so much he was telling me about like this girl he took down and what he did I was intrigued so I'm like oh damn this finna be something you ain't never took nobody down sir.
Not.
You ain't never cut nobody down. And I'm just
Why are
like,
you
why did you
lying?
lie?
And you got a small penis and you lying on it? That is wild. That is a
Then
choice.
and you lying. And
That's a
you lying.
choice.
The first I ever got with somebody, he had like a small penis. I was like pissed off, like, because I'm like, oh my, like, because honestly, the man that I lost my virginity to, you know, when you don't have anything to compare it, you don't know if it's good or bad. You know how it makes you feel, but you can't compare it to anything. So I didn't know if it was a big penis, small penis. I didn't know. I was really blessed. My first time, my boyfriend, oh baby, he was amazing. So I was comparing every guy to him. And now when I really knew, like when I really got experience with sex,
Wait
I'm
a
like,
minute,
oh, I
Allie.
can't.
Wait a minute. You didn't know your first time whether. Well, I guess it depends on like. Let me hush. I'm a hush.
If it's good, I can just, well,
Not
I can
about
only
if it's
compare.
good, because I personally I
Oh,
can't relate to the whole first time being good.
oh hell no.
But not because of not because of the person not knowing what they were doing. My first time was way too large. Like, it was just, I should have never. If I knew better, I would have got my ass up. I thought, I was going to call an ambulance for myself. For myself.
Oh,
That's what I'm
oh,
saying. So when you said that you couldn't tell or you didn't know in reference to like proximity and size, I knew immediately, and I was just like, oh God. But I didn't want to be no bitch. And like we didn't go on left,
yeah.
but yeah, I knew
Yeah, we
immediately.
don't went left. We don't went left. But yeah.
But
So
God bless
back to
you
that.
because your
So
first
no,
time enjoying
back.
it. I don't know. I don't know how many
No,
people actually
no,
have that
I didn't. No, no,
experience.
no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I didn't enjoy my first time. The guy that I was with, my boyfriend, like, I was with him like for a year and a half. He was the first guy I was with.
Ah, okay, okay,
So
okay.
I
Okay, so
didn't
yeah,
know.
I
Like,
registered that. Like, it took me
that
like
part. Yeah,
three. It
that.
took me the third time to enjoy it, but I feel like that was because the thing was just I didn't know what the fuck to do at all, and I was just like, is it going to hurt like this every time,
Yeah, yeah.
child?
And that's interesting because I think like
Trauma.
I was in sports. I was in sports a lot. Honestly, I think my hymen broke like years ago, and I didn't know. Like when I
Mm,
was very active, like when I think it did because I didn't have like a painful first experience. My experience wasn't like that at all. Like mine felt good the first time I did. Like I've heard stories that I'm like, oh God, what? Maybe that would have scared me off if that would have happened to me. But my first time wasn't like that at all. It wasn't
God
like the
bless
best
it.
experience, but it wasn't like some of the stuff I've heard. Because I'm like,
Mine was
babe,
traumatic as hell. I thought I was dying.
Jesus.
I was this close. The paramedics was finna be on the way, and we was all finna be embarrassed in that house.
You mind telling us what's going on? I do. I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you what's going on. I don't want to tell you what's going on. Nope. Nope, ma'am. I do
Oh
not, ma'am.
gosh. Okay, shout out to I don't remember who what. Let me go back and look because this is a specific to
Okay.
Baltimore thing. What she say? Some East Side shade. I saw it. Uh, what did she say? Well, Shy Girl J23 said that she never dated somebody in jail, but she currently dating someone that went back in the day. That to me tracks. And the person who told me that they was from Baltimore and it's the East Side thing to be dating people in jail, I feel like you might not have asked them niggas because not that everybody in Baltimore go to jail, but they be snatching niggas up. Like whether they did something or not. I'm trying to find a comment because I saw it was slick and it was cute. I guess you ate that little one, but no,
Baby, y'all
because you
are
West
cracking me
Siders
up.
are rowdy as hell. West Side of Baltimore,
Y'all cracking me
ooh child.
in these comments. Baby, Keena said I was dating my ex who was on the run. We need to have a special live we need to have a special women's live where we get these women to call in and tell us these stories because I am intrigued by this.
This is why, Allie,
Baby, I
I
am
don't want to
intrigued.
hear it. I don't want to hear you niggas tell me nothing about Aaron needs to keep it pushing. We out here and niggas on the run. We out here still in love with niggas in jail. Thank God. Thank God I still had a little bit of my wits about me. And it was complicated because I was actually dating another nigga while this nigga was in jail. And I did not send pictures to this nigga because I understood. But had I been in a relationship with him, my ass would have been all over the goddamn jail. Like, we have, like, live lives. So you niggas are not going to tell me nothing about Aaron showing up for Karen when we have lived these lives with these niggas. Y'all not going to do it. She deserves. We done paid the cost for that, for Karen to get some patience and some grace from Aaron's ass. How about that? I done fucking put money on books, wrote letters, so that Karen could get the grace that her ass damn deserve. Y'all better stop playing with us. And Allie just sitting here laughing like, this is not my ministry, but I support you.
Baby, I support. I do. With everything in me, I support this.
I
This is
came across one of
hilarious.
the letters the other, like a couple months ago. I was cleaning up something and I came across a letter that he had written me from jail, and I was like, "Damn it, Erica, what the fuck?" But yeah, it's
I
how it
get
goes
it.
sometimes.
It
This is why you
is.
can't be
It,
fucking around with love. Love is not enough, and when you try to make it enough, you hunching on the that's on the run,
baby,
or that's in jail, or that's doing some wild shit. Thank God I had my damn whips about me, because living in LA, the amount of homosexuals that would be turning me every which way but loose if I ain't had no damn sense. If I haven't learned from my past, child, we crawl so that Karen could walk to freedom, Jamira. Exactly. To freedom. What did Nikki say? To freedom. We walked so that Karen could run. And that's on Mary and every single lamb that she ever pushed out. Is that what we about to end this live? Because now we done gone totally left. These are hilarious. I love that, Jamira. We walked, or we crawled, so that Karen could run. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why we not taking no damn Karen slander. Okay?
that's a fact. Baby, I have enjoyed myself tonight.
Me too. Me too. It's been quite a few reads. What can people expect coming on your channel soon?
Um, I'm still, with sisters. What else I'm doing? Oh, Beyond the Gates. I'm having a ball. I am having a
I gotta
ball
go watch some of your
with Beyond the Gates
videos.
reviews. That's funny, baby. I'm cracking up. When I tell you I don't give a damn about Derek and his legs, honey, I pulled the clip from Forrest Gump when Lieutenant Dan came back up and he was like,
Allie!
new legs, magic legs. I said, baby, get him some magic legs, new legs. I'm having a good time with this, Erica. I'm having a good time. I'm laughing.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
Dana, yeah, baby, Dana and who her daddy is. I put a clip from the movie Life when Vernon Matt was like, I don't have it. I said, Vernon, I think you might be the daddy, bro. Loving it. So if y'all want to laugh at these Beyond the Gates reviews, come on over to the
I
channel.
know that's right.
Come on over to the channel. September gonna be here soon enough. I'm so ready for um Reasonable Doubt coming back. I saw the trailer. I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, I
Child,
was gonna
I
send it to you.
did. I did a lot of
Okay.
reactions I need to edit. Oh my word.
Okay. Good.
I need
Good.
Lewis
Good.
up
Good.
out of
But that's
here, but yeah.
what. Okay. When I saw him, I said, "You pissing me off. Your body is banging, but you pissing me. I don't want you here with her. I don't want you to
What is
get
going
on
on
this
with his head, Allie? Like, what are they doing?
problem because I don't know. I don't know what's going on. They need
I
to
don't love
fix
the braids
it.
on her this season either, though. So there's that.
What's going on with that? Because baby, that shortcut be given, and it fits.
Yes.
I love it on her. I love it on her.
Yes.
What I was gonna say? So yeah, sisters, Beyond the Gates. I got some videos for divorced sisters. I'll do that. Get some of those out. Um, and I don't know. I'm gonna have some other stuff on there, y'all. I like a lot of white shows. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I
We gotta
like
start talking about them, Allie, because I watch a ton too,
yeah,
and I don't be talking about
yeah,
them for numerous reasons. The biggest one is probably imposter syndrome, because I do be looking around and seeing my peers, and specifically seeing the white folks that get so many damn views behind it, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But we gotta start talking about them as well, because
yeah.
story
I
is
watched
story.
his story. The summer I turned pretty on Prime. I watched that. August 28th. I'm so ready for my life with the Walker brothers to come back out, or Walker boys. I can't remember which one it is, but they come
Mm.
back season 28. I absolutely love it. Um, yeah, I watched The Breakfast Club, the movie today, which that's one of my favorite films because my dream is to write
Mm.
a black The Breakfast Club. Like that's what
I've
I wanted.
never
Like
seen
that's my
it. I gotta watch it. I never seen it.
really,
Nope.
yeah. I love The Breakfast Club. That's one of my favorite films with the Brat Pack. Um, and I just want to create a black version of that, like in today's time, because the movie is so old, but I want to create it for the time now. But yeah, girl, I'm like, I love them white shows, girl. The some what? Oh, the shows are the Some I Turned Pretty. It's on Prime, and My Life with the Walter brothers, is on Netflix. The second season comes out August 28th. I absolutely love it. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely love it. But I've been looking. I'm like, yeah, I don't talk about white shows, but I watch them, and
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy them. So, but yeah. Mhm. And anything y'all watching that y'all want me to talk about, even old stuff, I drop a couple Moesha episodes, reviews out, here and there. I've been watching A Different World. That's like one of my favorite shows.
Mm.
Um, so just talking about those stuff. I'm big on nostalgia, but yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Okay.
What about you, girl? You've been cranking them things out, honey.
Child. I didn't call a second win and have tried to make my little return. And been pushing
Yeah.
videos out. Still covering Beyond the Gates. I'm finally caught up and posting in real time. Today's episode recap is up right now. Um, of course, Sisters, I did do that. I'm going to probably edit that before I go to bed tonight. All the Queen's Men, I'm caught up with that as well. So we're going to be talking about that. I have a couple Divorce Sisters videos that I'm trying to work on, but I'm also trying to do some subject videos within the Beyond the Gates world and then some sister stuff. So we'll see. Um, I did do the Reasonable Doubt trailer reaction. I did a Zatima trailer reaction, so those are also going to be coming very, very soon. Um, but you guys are also going to see me expand the shows that I'm covering to include white shows or more multiracial shows because there are quite a few out there that I keep up with that I just don't particularly talk about. And then on a personal note, my personal channel, I think I'm going to start talking about books because in the last 45 days, I feel like I've read, whether physically reading, like I'm doing Kennedy Ryan right now, physically, but also like audiobooks. I've done at least like 28 books, and it's so many damn stories, and it's like been great because at its core, that's what I'm most obsessed with in any format. Like I'm really obsessed with stories that are told well. Oh, my bad. I accidentally muted myself, y'all. Sorry. Can y'all hear me now?
Like, put it in the comment. I hope she see this.
Yeah. Yeah. Can y'all hear me now?
We hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, you here for the book talk? Hey, Noel. I've been reading so much. It's ridiculous. It's been part of my like grieving process, and it's actually been the most healthy part of it. Um, but yeah, that's what y'all can expect from me. Tons of content, dropping multiple videos a damn day, trying to play catch up, trying to put it all out there. I'm really, really invested in story, and I've been realizing over the last like 45 days that at the end of the day, great stories is what's going to do it for me, and I'll always want to be in conversation around great stories, and that's just it's not limited to TV and film. That could be books, it could be audio, poetry. So yeah, tons to see. Thank y'all so much for joining us for another episode of Our Sisters Keeper.
Staying around.
And staying around. Yes.
Even when we went, y'all stayed. So appreciate that.
I could only imagine what they're going to do on Twitter with all the shit that we talked about tonight.
It was some hoes. They was some hoes.
We knew there was some hoes. Look at her. Fucking on a nigga in jail. Listen, there's a Megan. I think Megan won me over with this one line. And it's just never been the same. I don't remember what the hell the song is now. But Megan said in one of her raps one time, how are you fucking on a nigga that be asking for a ride? And baby, when I tell you I was in love with a nigga with no license. The stories. So again, to Jamira's points, we crawled so that Karen could run. Good night, y'all.
No. I gotta ask you one question before we end. Now you said he didn't have a license.
Correct.
Did he have an ID?
A state one, yeah. Cause he had to get a job. Like that's what you needed for a job. But yeah, he did not drive. He had no license.
It wasn't that bad. It ain't that bad.
For the it is bad. Don't get no coochie to them niggas with no license.
Because if I would have said, Erica, did he at least have an ID? If you would have said no, I would have ended this live. Because I was like, I know damn well you weren't with nobody. They didn't have a state issue.
Erica, be for real. Erica, okay, now it's going too far. No license is one thing. No state issue ID, bitch.
Okay. Honey. Okay, we all right, we good.
Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's episode. We're going to see you next week for the next Our Sisters Keeper Live. In the meantime, in between time, check all of the new videos that hit our channels respectfully. Turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out when a new video is posted. And we're going to see y'all in the next one.
Good night, y'all.